Dragon Ball getting stronger from signing in Chapter 61 to 80. Chapter 61 Comprehension of Time Ability. Well, your breath does not belong to this time and space. And your strength is very strong, and you have a righteous heart, which is very suitable for my requirements. The King of Time, who looked like a little loli, kept nodding, looking very satisfied. What do you want to do? Chumo was a little puzzled. At this time, since the King of the Realm is not here to capture her and maintain the balance of time and space, what does she want to do? My name is Kain. Chumo, are you interested in becoming the King of the Realm during your apprenticeship? Little Loli's request made Chumo's heart skip a beat. Nima, Lao Tzu's tyrannical spirit exploded. Chumo, this apprentice realm king god of time is not something ordinary people can do. Every realm king god of time has only one apprentice. Not surprisingly, after 10 million years, you will be the new realm of time. The king is God. Weiss interjected, but Chumo rolled his eyes for a while. 10 million years. Your sister, this is the longest probation period. Does this count as the longest running temp? But thinking about it, this doesn't seem to be a problem. For God, it's actually very short. Even Beerus has been the god of destruction for hundreds of millions of years, and Shin, the Eastern Realm King God, has also been the Realm King God for more than 10,000 years, and a mere 10 million years is nothing at all. Seeing Chumo's expression, little Loli immediately guessed what he was thinking, and giggled. Mr. Weiss is joking, if you grow up fast enough, I can retire early. Hee, I want to ask, it seems that the Realm King God has a ring of time and space in his hands. Isn't that time and space maintained by the Realm King God? Chumo remembered that in the anime, Zamasu took the ring of time and space from the 10th Universe King God, and then went back and forth between the future and the present time and space. How many realm gods do you think can fight? The realm gods are generally responsible for creation, and the ring of time and space is just to facilitate them to repair the disrupted time and space order. And we are responsible for arresting or sealing the bad guys who destroy space and time. The King of Time, Kain, rolled his eyes and explained. Indeed, almost all of the world kings of the 12 universes in the anime are auxiliary types. Not as good as Zamasu, the apprentice king god of the 10th universe. It's no wonder that in Dragon Ball Heroes, although Super Fu has stronger strength than Kamba, he is somewhat afraid of Sun Wukong and Vegeta in Super 4 Time and Space, because they work for the King of Time. What Super Fur is really afraid of is Kain, the King of Time, because Kain sealed Fur's parents, Tova and Mira. After Kain explained it like this, Chumo understood that the King of Time realm was a thug type, and even more apprentices, equivalent to pioneers. However, he is very interested in this. Actually, I think you still agree. Your strength should have been targeted by those who want to tamper with time and space. It will be of great benefit to you to become the realm god of apprenticeship. Seeing that Chumo was already moved, Kain struck while the iron was hot. Since you have said so, then I have no choice to refuse. I am very happy to be with Lord Kain. Chumo stretched out his right hand. Kain was stunned for a moment, and stretched out his right hand. As soon as he held it, Chumo felt a sour feeling in his heart. It's so slippery. When your strength grows to the level of a god of destruction, I will give you a positive turn. Kain pulled out his hand and said lightly. This guy actually dared to wipe her oil. If Chumo knew what Kain was thinking, he would definitely be wronged. He really never thought about it that way. It just feels slippery. Whis also said at this time, Lord Beerus was the same way back then. He was an apprentice god of destruction at first, and he didn't become a regular until after 100 million years of cultivation. 100 million years. I rely on, but fortunately I am not him. Kain took out a ring, similar in shape to the space-time ring in the anime, but this one was red. This ring of time and space is specially given to the Realm King God of Apprenticeship, and it will turn golden when you change to normal. Chumo nodded. It seems that this golden color is owned by the Realm God level. As soon as he put on the ring of time and space, Chumo heard the system's prompt sound again. Ding! Release a new sign-in task. The host must go to the G-Space, break through the Super Saiyan 4 to complete the check-in, and get the corresponding check-in gift package. G-Space time. Chumo smiled. This is very interesting. Your mental power is very strong. You can learn to control the power of time and space. I hope you can get started soon. Kane squinted and smiled. You can call me with a ring, but I'm not often free. Well, I'll go first. As soon as the voice fell, the figure of little Loli disappeared. It seems that Lord God of the realm of time values you very much, and I'm leaving too. After Weiss finished speaking, he left, leaving only Chumo in the time-space tunnel. Hey, you gotta get me out of here. Chumo was stunned. Is this really putting his own pigeons? Damn girl, you're so stingy, you just squeezed your hand. Anyway, tell me how to understand it. Wes, too, dares to leave me here and beat you up sooner or later. Angels are amazing. Chumo is indignant. These gods have no sense of responsibility. There is no other way, so I have to check what can be learned from this ring of time and space. Chumo concentrated and integrated his chi into the ring of time and space. Once inside, Chumo felt as if he had entered a special world. Like the time and space tunnel, they are all colorful. Here, time and space seem to stop. Chumo was immersed in the joy of comprehending the ability of time and space, and he didn't know how long it had passed. After a period of comprehension, Chumo finally mastered a certain time ability. He can control the time within a certain range. The current time limit is seconds. However, the larger the range, or the stronger the opponent, the more energy it takes to control time. Chumo estimated that if it was against Vegeta, it was estimated that he could only control the time of seconds. And this time control, he can speed up or reverse time. After initially mastering the ability of time, Chumo suddenly remembered another character who mastered the ability of time, Hit. Flash time. Comparing the two abilities, Chumo didn't know which one was more powerful for a while. However, this is a superpower in the end, and its strength is related to mental power, and if the time is too short, it is difficult to come in handy. Even Hit, it is difficult to continue to improve, let alone to improve endlessly. So Hit simply abandoned the flash time skill and used his own strength to fight instead. However, this is also related to the shortcomings of flash time power. As long as the speed is fast enough, or the power suppresses the user, it is difficult for the flashing time to work. P.S. To declare again, with Cain, it is completely different to become a god, not to work for her, in short, to beat her. Chapter 62 Going to the GT World. But Chumo's time control is different, it can be continuously improved, and even truly can travel freely through time like Cain, the king of the realm of time. Therefore, although this time ability is very difficult to master, Chumo will not be foolish enough to give up cultivating this time ability. At this time, Cain's figure appeared again, looking at Chumo with a look of relief and said, "You are really amazing, you have realized the power of time so quickly. You are qualified." Chumo has been staring at little Lolita Cain, thinking to himself, I don't know how beautiful her adult body is, but she is so beautiful now, and the adult body must not be bad. How long did it take me? In less than a day. In less than a day. Then my performance should be okay. Chumo tried to ask. Reluctantly, so. Seeing Chumo's proud appearance, Cain was very upset. She tried to pretend to be indifferent, but her heart had already turned upside down. Your sister, it's more than possible, it's really against the sky. I realize the power of time and space in one day, which is much faster than my mother. Then take me out of here. Yes, but I need you to go to another world to stop the conspiracy of the demon world. Where to go? Demon realm. Chumo frowned, he still has to go to G-time and space. A guy named Fu who is messing around, recently went to the mirror world. So you have to stop him. I sealed Fu's parents, I have been suppressing them for years, and I can't leave for too long. So this task is handed over to you. Quote. Kane explained. Mirror world. There are now a total of 12 universes, and each of the 2 universes corresponds to each other. We call the current world the main world and follow the route of the realm of the gods. The mirror world follows the path of the realm of God, the evolutionary route of life. The relationship between the mirror world and the main world is like the relationship between the 2 corresponding universes, but the route taken is completely different. Moreover, they all affect each other. Kane said, everything in the mirror world is similar to that of the main world, and the strength is similar, except that there is no angel, and there is no god of destruction. And there is no you. I was in the mirror world and didn't find any trace of you, so. Hearing this, Chumo understood that it wasn't because of his tyrannical spirit that he had an outburst of arrogance, but because of his unknown origin. In addition, the King of Time realm needs a free thug, so he won the lottery like this. Of course, his strength and different origins are also one of the reasons why Kane chose him. The so-called mirror world should be the world of Dragon Ball G. It doesn't matter, no matter what, I'm a trainee now, and I believe I can become a regular soon. Chumo said confidently. I added a sentence in my heart, and I will take you into the harem by the way. Then let's go. Kane felt a little embarrassed, and simply took Chumo directly to the mirror world. I have to go back and talk to my wife. If I don't go home, I will be fined. Chumo said seriously. The King of Time was speechless, but he still took Chumo back to Earth. 3 days later. After kissing me and me, Chumo went out refreshed. Kai Yin was a little unhappy. He glanced at the grinning Chumo, and felt even more depressed. This guy actually made her wait for 3 full days. Without further ado, Kai Yin, the king of the realm of time, took Chumo directly into the time-space tunnel. Chumo saw that little loli had a straight face, and knew that she was wrong, so she was embarrassed to talk to her. After you go to that world, once you meet Fu, the ring of time and space will give you a hint, and the rest will be handed over to you. I'll pick you up in a year's time. After speaking, Kane suddenly threw Chumo out of the time-space tunnel. Damn it, I despise you, the goddess of careful eyes. Chumo felt that the sky was dark for a while, and he entered a black hole. A burst of darkness came, and Chumo felt a powerful tearing force inside. Quickly raise all your combat power and fully open the fluorescent energy shield. That would be better. This goddess is the same as a woman, she's a bitch. If you don't hold it, you won't be able to do it. Chumo felt that this little loli's temper was too grumpy, and her own account was gentle. So he decided that when he went back, he would definitely spank this little loli. I don't know how long I stayed in the dark, and finally the powerful fluorescent energy shield was shattered by the tearing force of time and space. The powerful force of time and space began to tear Chumo's body in an instant, causing him a burst of pain, and he was instantly injured. It's really hard to die before getting out of school. Fortunately, the ring of time and space came into play at this time, and a burst of time and space power wrapped Chumo's body, and finally he was no longer hurt. I'll give it a go. I dared to love you just now. I just wasted my expression. If you have this, you will be a fart. Chumo shouted that he was wronged, and he suffered another disaster. After an unknown time, Chumo finally emerged from the darkness. As soon as he came out, the ring of time and space lit up with a burst of red light, and a picture immediately appeared in his mind. Fu was in front, and Chumo immediately followed. But it didn't take long for the ring of time and space to end, and it was estimated that it was too far away to track it. Or, there is something covering up the breath, so that Chumo has been unable to sense it. Otherwise, he would have been caught up long ago. So I decided to take a break first. Anyway, there is still a lot of time. After landing, Chumo discovered that he had come to the vicinity of Exodus. He tried to sense the breath of the earth. Well, this is Vegeta's breath. It's actually so strong, it's similar to the one over there. It seems that Kane is right, the main world will also affect the mirror world, and the combat power here is also stronger than that of the G space-time. Less. After a few minutes of perception, Chumo found that there were no Sun Wukong and Trunks. Suddenly I understood that Sun Wukong should have become smaller at this time, and went to various planets in the universe to find Dragon Balls with Trunks and Xiaofeng. Suddenly, Chumo felt a very good breath appearing nearby, and immediately pointed his forehead with 2 fingers, and moved over in an instant. The door of a flower shop, a young man with short hair said to a girl with brown curly hair, "Paris, these flowers are all for you, do you like them?" Paris looked very happy. Just as she was about to receive the flowers, the young man with short hair suddenly changed his face, and his body was behind her, and he looked very nervous. "Godin, what's wrong?" Paris asked quietly. As the daughter of the super rich, she understands that there are many powerful people in the world, and that Sun Wuxian is very powerful. Therefore, to make Sun Wuxian look like a great enemy, there must be a powerful enemy. Chapter 63 Who are you? Shish. Sun Wuxian made a silent motion, then looked carefully at the man in front of him. "Boy, your sensing ability is not bad." Chumo came out of a shadow, and the teleportation would reveal a breath, so Sun Wuxian could feel that a strong man was coming. "Who are you?" Sun Wuxian still had an alert look, and he felt his body tremble. He had never seen Chumo, but he felt an aura similar to that of his brother from Chumo. Chumo, Saiyan. The Saiyans. Are there other Saiyans in this universe? Didn't Dad and Uncle Vegeta say there are no other Saiyans? Sun Wuxian asked suspiciously. There are always exceptions, but your fighting power is really bad. Chumo frowned. Although the development directions of the 2 worlds are somewhat different, with Sun Wuxian's talent, after so many years, Chumo is really disappointed. Who the hell are you? Sun Wuxian asked again in a deep voice. He feels very bad now. The feeling that Chumo brings to him is too strong, like a natural suppression, which makes him feel a strong sense of threat. Chumo said disdainfully, Sun Wuxian, you really disgrace the Super Saiyan. For the sake of your cultivation, if I were you, I would just kill you. You also broke through Super Saiyan? Sun Wuxian asked. Humans in this world firmly believe that Satan saved the earth, especially Son Gohan, who used the image of a Super Saiyan to be handsome. So now the image of the blonde Super Saiyan has become synonymous with special actors. What do you say? Chumo was a little unhappy with Sun Wuxian, and a powerful breath rose into the sky. Seeing the person in front of him turn into blonde hair and blue eyes, with golden arrogance, Sun Wuxian was stunned for a while. You are really a Super Saiyan. At the same time, all the Dragon Ball fighters felt a powerful and unfamiliar aura appear. On the Temple of Heaven, Piccolo suddenly opened his eyes, who was still closing his eyes, and looked in the direction of Chumo. Such a powerful aura, a new enemy. Accustomed to the invasion of outsiders, Piccolo immediately regarded Chumo as an intruder. But following Piccolo, he rejected it. No, the other party doesn't have a trace of evil. A gleam of light flashed in his eyes, and Piccolo flew directly towards Chumo's position. At the same time, Vegeta also felt Chumo's breath, and was stunned for a moment. After a while, Vegeta also flew towards Chumo's location. What do you want to do? Sun Wuxian asked. Chumo said lightly, it's nothing, just come and play, and see how much you have grown by the way. Unfortunately, you let me down. After all, he was a former genius boy, so why was he abolished? Chumo pulled out of the Super Saiyan state, which was just to attract Vegeta over. Generally speaking, he prefers to use the mysterious realm to challenge. After a while, 2 figures fell from the sky. It was Piccolo and Vegeta. Wow, Godin, they came straight in. That's amazing. Paris exclaimed excitedly. As long as the chi is trained to a certain level, anyone can fly without any difficulty. Chumo said lightly. Paris looked at Sun Wuxian, and when she saw Sun Wuxian nodded, she seemed to understand a little. Then Mr. Satan must also be able to fly. He is the most powerful martial artist in the world. Perhaps, Yes, next time you see him, let him show it. You must be eye-opening. Chumo held back a smile and said. This, maybe. Sun Wuxian was embarrassed for a while. He naturally knew how much Satan weighed, but Satan was his brother's father-in-law anyway, so he couldn't expose it. Who are you? Vegeta looked at Chumo. Although he couldn't feel Chumo's breath anymore, he had a hunch that the powerful aura just now was released by this strange guy in front of him. Compared with the main world, Vegeta here is more violent, and it seems that his strength is not weak. Chumo looked at Vegeta, thought for a moment, and said, My name is Chumo, and I'm also a Saiyan. I came to Earth originally to find Sun Wukong, but since he's not around, it's the same to defeat you first. When Vegeta heard this, he said arrogantly, Defeat me. Do you have the strength? In his cognition, in the entire universe, except for Kakarot, no one is his opponent. You are not from the Earth, what is the purpose of coming to Earth? After Bic and Tianshan merged back, he felt a little more sense of responsibility, and he couldn't feel Chumo's breath on Earth. You'll know when you hit it. Chumo said lightly, as for whether I can beat you, you will find out if you try. I only need one finger to hit you. If you have more, I will lose. Arrogant. You dare to talk to me like this. I must teach you a good lesson. Don't think that you are a Saiyan and I will show mercy. Vegeta was furious. The new guy was crazy. Come on. Chumo looked around and chuckled. You are sure that the Earth is too fragile here? I'm afraid it's gone before the fight is over. Then you decide. Go anywhere. Vegeta also felt that this place was not good. Bulma would be angry if the Earth was destroyed. Let's go to the realm of the King of God, there is enough for us to toss. To fight, Chumo immediately thought of the realm of the king. Suddenly he remembered that he seemed to have forgotten something. Forget it, forget it. In the main world at this time, Xinjiang, the realm king god, drew circles and cursed Chumo and Sun Wukong with a sad face. Bring your hand here. Chumo said to Vegeta. I want to go too, give me a hand. But it was Son Gohan who came. Piccolo is also looking forward to it, he has not been to the realm of the World King. Then let's go together. Chumo didn't mind. Pointing with 2 fingers, Chumo quickly got a hint of the realm, and immediately moved over. Anjawang Shengsheng, the god Jibit who was catching butterflies and the old realm god who was reading the little yellow book were shocked when they saw the 4 people who suddenly appeared in front of them. Gohan, why are you here? And Mr. Vegeta, who is this? God Jabit and Son Gohan have known each other for a long time, but they are still afraid of Vegeta. Vegeta's horror, although more than 10 years have passed, he is still terrified. Me, you'll know just by looking at this. Chumo lit the ring of time and space. This is... Jabit was stunned for a moment. Could it be that the other party is also the Kaiwang god? Chapter 64 I only use one finger. Idiot, he's just a trainee now. When the old realm king looked at his child, he knew that this guy was thinking crookedly. It seems that you came here from another world. How is it, that little girl Kane is okay? Seen the world, Chumo smiled and said, It should be okay, it's the menopause. Menopause. The old god of the realm was stunned for a moment, and suddenly laughed. Okay, so much nonsense, let's start quickly. Vegeta was very unhappy with Chumo and the old king of gods reminiscence. He came to fight, not to talk about feelings. Okay, old realm king god, let you guys fight here. Chumo smiled. Fight, you are free. The old king god was shocked and secretly said, I know that there is nothing good, Saiyans are troublemakers. Then Chumo and Vegeta flew directly to kilometers away and stood opposite each other. Let's get started. Vegeta looked at Chumo and said coldly. Vegeta, you'd better do your best at the beginning, otherwise, I'm afraid I won't be convinced. Chumo said lightly. Che, arrogant guy, don't regret it. Hearing the words of the old Kaiwang god just now, Vegeta knew that the guy opposite was from another world and did not dare to take it lightly. As Vegeta burst out, a golden arrogance rose into the sky. Electric arcs flicker, and gusts of wind blow. Vegeta's Super Saiyan state has lasted for more than 10 years, and with the strength of normal combat power, after transformation, it is almost not much weaker than Sun Wukong in the anime. It's amazing, as expected of Uncle Vegeta. Son Gohan was shocked, he didn't expect Vegeta to be so powerful. As expected of Vegeta, even Sun Wukong is probably not much stronger than him now. Piccolo compared the Monkey King before he left the Earth and found that Vegeta was definitely strong enough. The transformation of your world is indeed more wild and rude. Chumo said, come on. Then hook your fingers. Cut. Arrogance. It doesn't change. Seeing that Chumo was still like this, Vegeta was furious. This is my strongest state. Ha! Chumo shouted, and an aura of annihilation swept across the sky in an instant. A sense of oppression that seemed to come from the soul-suppressed Sun Wuhan and the others, who were thousands of meters away, out of breath. Everyone and the gods were pale. He will also transform like this. Sun Wufan was shocked. This kind of transformation was once thought by him to be out of step with the times, and it has rarely changed over the years. Ancestor, how can this guy transform like this? Jabat was shocked. Wasn't this developed by the ancestors for Son Gohan? No, this is a kind of self-cultivation, and it's not the same as what I helped Son Gohan to develop. It's stronger, more vast, and closer to the mirror of God. The old realm king said solemnly. He also knows that he is a mirror world, so this is the cultivation path he has developed that is closest to God, but unfortunately Son Gohan has gone astray in the end. Compared with the previous Chumo, the mysterious realm of Sun Wufan is like the gap between a baby and an adult, not on the same level at all. Even the Zhuang Shengxing was buzzing and vibrating, as if responding to Chumo's state. A strong sense of oppression pressed towards Vegeta, but Vegeta was even more excited. I didn't expect you to be so strong. It seems that I will release it early. This was originally prepared for Kakarot. Vegeta's face was full of excitement, and she suddenly roared, and her muscles instantly tensed. Boom boom boom. The golden light that covered the sky continued to radiate, and the golden lightning became violent, constantly slashing down from the sky. The breath of Vegeta's body was exhaled directly, forcing the gods from 1,000 meters away to step back 1,000 meters again, and then they felt more comfortable. What a horrible gas. Piccolo took a deep breath. He didn't expect that the gap between him and Vegeta had widened to such an extent. Is Son Goku still Vegeta's rival? No wonder you didn't break through the Super Saiyan. Your normal combat power has increased to such an extent that once you break through the Super Saiyan, your body can't take it. Chumo is very optimistic about Vegeta. Come on, Chumo. Vegeta roared loudly, stepped on it, and the rock shattered instantly, but the whole person was already flying out. Chumo's eyes flickered, and his body also rushed forward, completely hitting hard. Boom. Before Vegeta's fist fell, Chumo's index finger had a powerful force that slammed into it, blasting the air directly. The entire space seemed to freeze. Vegeta's face changed greatly, and she quickly backed away. As soon as he touched the ground, Vegeta's body immediately bounced back. This time, the attack was even more violent. The golden electric arc continued to pop, and the sonic boom that penetrated the air was shocking. Boom, boom, boom. Chumo and Vegeta fought. Several figures flashed at the same time, the two moved quickly, and then disappeared. The incomparably sturdy Zhuang Divine Star constantly made a humming sound under the collision of the two, as if it was under enormous pressure. Two figures, one gold and one silver, kept moving at high speed. In just a few minutes, hundreds of large pits of 100 meters had appeared on the Zhuang Shengxing. One after another, the shocking energy collided together, and the powerful airwaves directly formed countless powerful and terrifying storms. It shocked people and gods, and at the same time, it almost shredded the realm of the gods. However, from beginning to end, Chumo only used one finger, and he looked very relaxed. Damn, you bastard. Vegeta's lungs are about to explode. The next second, Chumo's figure suddenly appeared in front of Vegeta and poked it with one finger. Boom. Although Vegeta tried her best to protect her body with her arms, she was still pushed back hundreds of meters by the powerful air waves on Chumo's fingers. What a terrifying speed. Sun Wukong said in surprise that he could barely keep up with the speed of Chumo and the others. As for the world kings and gods, they can't see clearly for a long time, and can only watch them through the crystal ball. Too strong. Piccolo swallowed. He also participated in this level of battle, but sadly found that he had fallen behind for a long time. Vegeta's blue eyes showed crazy fighting intent, and she said loudly, I didn't expect you to be so strong. Come on, let me see how strong the Saiyans in your world are. As you wish. Chumo's black hair fluttered, his eyes shot a burst of light, and an even greater coercion burst out. Chapter 65 Time Reversal. Boom. The clouds in the sky were shaken away, and silver lightning bolts fell from the sky, as if to tear the earth apart. Okay, refreshing. Vegeta shouted loudly, from the collision just now, he knew that he was not Chumo's opponent. But he was excited to meet such a strong opponent. As a Saiyan, you have to constantly fight against the strong. This is the true heart of the strong. Boom, boom, boom. The air was so pressed that there was a scream. Piccolo and Jabe were shocked, and the old Kaiwang was even more dumbfounded. This Chumo is more than twice stronger than me. Sun Wukong's face was horrified. Vegeta is no match at all. Piccolo looked surprised. Vegeta was suspended in midair and began to pant, but still said arrogantly, use your strongest attack, even if I lose, I have to understand that I will lose. The ultimate flash. The power of the sky condensed from between the palms, and the terrifying energy directly oppressed the real star shivering. That power seems to be the next second will make the World King star collapse. God Jabbit wailed in his heart, damn it, you guys are here again, hurry up and run away, it's going to end here. He took the hand of the old World King and was about to teleport away from here. However, in the face of Vegeta's blow that condensed all the energy, Chumo suddenly smiled. Time reversal. He didn't dodge, let alone fight back with energy. Just after saying 4 words, Vegeta, who was about to blast out energy waves, suddenly stopped moving. The attack also stopped abruptly, and the condensed energy also dissipated into the air. What's going on? Uncle Vegeta's attack. It didn't work at all. Son Gohan looked surprised. Yeah, what the hell is going on here? Both Piccolo and Jabbit wondered if there was something wrong with their eyes. Although they knew that Vegeta would definitely lose in this battle, the loss was so inexplicable that it made people speechless. Are all Saiyans in other worlds so powerful? A thought flashed through Sun Wukong's mind. I lost. A second later, Vegeta regained her freedom, sighed, and exited Super Saiyan state. I didn't expect that besides Kakarot, there is anyone stronger than him. In Vegeta's heart, who is more powerful than Sun Wukong, not sure. But this time, he lost his underpants and was no match at all. You're actually not bad, just bumped into me, your Super Saiyan transformation is amazing. Chumo was also secretly surprised that the Super Saiyan showed such great fighting power. If you lose, you lose. Can you tell me how hard it was? Wiping the sweat from his face, Vegeta stared at Chumo and asked. 1%. The last blow just now was the newly mastered power of time and space, and the effect was obvious. After reversing for a second, Vegeta's ultimate flash was dissipated by himself. Vegeta looked incredulous, then sighed. I'm walking a different road from yours, so you don't have to be discouraged. You're actually similar to Vegeta in the world over there. Me in another world. Vegeta was taken aback for a moment, but then relieved. His son can come back from the future, and it is not incomprehensible that Chumo came from another world. He now has one more goal, chasing after Chumo. Of course, he has to develop a new cultivation path on the basis of the existing one. Beyond the Super Saiyan, there must be a breakthrough at a higher level. It seems that I can't just pursue the normal combat power all the time. Vegeta thought about it and decided to start trying to break through Super Saiyan, and then develop to a higher level. Chumo didn't say much, and sent Vegeta and others back to Earth, while he stayed in the realm of kings and gods. He hoped to try to break through Super Saiyan 4 by himself. However, it took Chumo a month to fail. Although his strength was enough, he still couldn't simulate the scene of the golden giant ape. Unless he transforms himself into a golden giant ape and experiences the unconscious fury for himself. In the anime, Sun Wukong's successful transformation into Super Saiyan 4 also has a lot of luck. If it weren't for Xiaofang's cry of tears, it is estimated that he would hardly succeed. As for Vegeta, he originally loved Bulma deeply, and as a Saiyan prince, it was okay to transform into an ordinary giant ape before, so even if the transformation into a golden giant ape had a little impact, it was not a big problem. Therefore, their successes were all by chance. Chumo didn't have a number by his side, and he didn't dare to bet that he would succeed. The only thing he can rely on is that Babiti's mental power. Therefore, he needs a real simulated environment, and at the moment when Sun Wukong transforms, he personally realizes that realm. At this moment, Chumo had a little hope that Babe would quickly control Vegeta and the others. And after coming here, apart from the fact that the Ring of Time and Space found Fu's trace on the first day, there was no hint at all later, which made him doubt the ability of the Ring of Time and Space. A few days later, Chumo saw the development of the plot from the crystal ball of Kaiwangshan. Babe arrives, then possesses himself, and grows himself. Controlled most of the Earthlings with live eggs. In the end, Babe successfully possessed Vegeta and became Super Babe. Babe then controls Sun Wuhan, Sun Wushan, Beulah and others to input energy into his body at the same time. As the powerful energy poured into Super Babe's body, Babe's power became stronger and stronger. In the end, Babe turned into silver hair and red pupils, with blood-colored lines on her forehead, chin and eyeballs. It looks like this guy has improved quite well, and his strength is several times stronger than Vegeta. Chumo touched his chin. If the previous Vegeta had an ominous fighting power, then the current Super Babe has at least 1 trillion combat power, so he couldn't help but take a few high glances at this Babe. Mr. Chumo, won't you take action? Jabbat asked God. My current status is not suitable for meddling in the affairs of mortals. Chumo lit the ring on his hand. Well, yes, God cannot interfere in human affairs at will. However, I'm not from your world, and I won't say anything if I interfere. Ah. Jabbat was speechless for a while. Who? Feeling someone appear, Babe yelled loudly. Chumo used teleportation to appear on top of Babe's head, looking condescending, making Babe very uncomfortable. P.S. Today is a good day. It will be on the shelves tonight. I hope all book lovers can support it. There will be at least 10 more updates on the shelves. It will definitely make everyone happy. Chao 4, Chuan Chao, and Chao Shen are all here, don't you all support it? Bow down in advance and thank you all. Chapter 66 Disgusting Babe. Master, his name is Chumo, who defeated Vegeta easily. Sun Wufan bowed and said respectfully. When Babe heard the words, his pupils shrank suddenly. From Vegeta's memory, he found a picture of the battle in Kaiwang God Realm a month ago. This guy is so powerful. Babe secretly compared her current strength with that of Chumo, and became even more apprehensive. However, he still has trump cards that he can possess. Chumo, right, if you promise to be my subordinate, I can consider letting you go. Babe pretended to persuade. I'm not interested. I'm more interested in beating you. Chumo said disdainfully. Babe's face suddenly sank, and the evil aura couldn't stop exuding. Suddenly the clouds in the sky disappeared, darkness hit, and the day began to darken. Looking for death. Babe laughed evilly. With a wave of his hand, the three of Sun Wukong immediately surrounded him and attacked Chumo. All people under the control of Babe have live eggs in their bodies, and their thoughts and actions are all controlled by him. Facing the attack of the three of Sun Wukong, Chumo sneered, swayed in place, and avoided the attack directly. Then, with 3 hand knives, the three of Sun Gohan immediately lost consciousness and fell from the air. Clap clap clap. Very powerful, you really are powerful, you defeated Sun Gohan and the others so easily. For a strong man like you, I can only use you as my own. With you, my power is stronger. Babe was almost drooling, which made Chumo feel sick for a while. Your sister, gays are not as disgusting as you are. I'm afraid you don't have the ability. Chumo sneered, even if he didn't kill this Babe today, he must be beaten. The silver light flashed by, and the air instantly condensed. Chumo and Babe were opposed to each other, and 2 powerful auras spread out, and the whole earth began to tremble. Call out! Call out! The 2 flashed at the same time, and their movements seemed to surpass the speed of light. Boom! The 2 fists collided, and the place where they collided fiercely burst into a dazzling light. The earth shook violently in an instant, as if it was whining. Call out! Babe directly stepped back dozens of meters. Chumo stood still, and the disdain in his eyes made Babe angry. Babe's face was gloomy and his face twisted. Okay. Your strength is beyond my expectations. I think even that Sun Wukong is not your opponent. It's great, the stronger you are, the more I like it. Can you not be so disgusting? Chumo was furious and punched him from the air. He doesn't even want to touch Babe now, motherfucker, disgusting guy. Before the strong punching pressure could arrive, the space in front of and behind Bebe was locked, and the power seemed to be wailing, making Bebe's face turn pale. Nima, is this guy so powerful? Chumo's punch was full of anger. At least with a formidable power, how could Babe be able to block it? At this moment, Babe felt the breath of death. However, just when the fist pressure was about to explode Babe, a black hole appeared in front of Babe, sucking this powerful pressure into it. It's finally here, fever. Chumo's punch was not only an angry blow, but also to see if he could force the guy out. Although it was only a single appearance, how could Chumo let it go? He immediately gave up on Babe and chased after him. Babe escaped from death and finally breathed a sigh of relief. Looking at Chumo's back, she gritted her teeth. Chumo, I will definitely seek revenge for you today. Chumo's disdain and killing intent made Babe extremely angry, just like the original Sun Wukong. Chumo closely followed the looming figure. His breath had locked on the other side, and his speed was no slower than the other side. Fu seemed to know that Chumo was chasing, sneered, and flew towards the solar system. The 2 chased directly in space, and it didn't take long for them to cross the solar system and go directly to the northern galaxy. At this moment, Fu stopped and quietly waited for Chumo's arrival. A few seconds later, Chumo's figure appeared. He looked at the man with purple skin, gold glasses, and silver hair in front of him, and knew that he was the man in the anime. Fu's life experience has always been a topic of debate among fans of Chumo's previous life, because he was created by Tova and Mira combined with Saiyan cells. His mother Tova is a demon, and his father Mira is an artificial human made by Tova. Tova's boss is the demon god Demigura. The demon realm and King Quan are not against each other, but they fought. Lost. Then all kinds of unconvinced, looking for ballast. Because they are all demons, all kinds of parallel time and space enter, according to the understanding of the powerful warriors in history. Tova of the demon world collected the genes of the warriors to create a warrior named Mira. He also controlled a group of warriors from various time and space, including Sun Wukong's father Bodok. Then he messed around everywhere, but the plan failed, and he was abused by the King of Time with Trunks and others. But she was still not good at learning, and Mira, who was unconvinced, accidentally merged Tova, trying to defeat the King of Time. In the end, he was killed by the sober monkey King Bardock. I don't know if he will die in the end, After Bardock finished Mira, he was busy escaping from the crack in time and space. He came out and said that he didn't know if Mira was dead or not. He came out of this Ephraim without knowing it. The highest in the universe is the king of all, and the opposite of the highest in the demon world is unknown. But Fu's mother, Tova, should be equivalent to the angel of the demon world. So Mira is equivalent to the god of destruction brought up by the angels, so the children accidentally created by the angels and the god of destruction, do you think they are strong? And in the Dragon Ball Super universe, Tova even teased Whis and Beerus once, and Beerus' teeth itch with anger. Pushing and pushing from this, Tova is actually not as good as Wes, otherwise it would not be a tease. But judging from the trouble of Tao's tireless efforts to find the old realm king in the realm of time, although it is not as good, it is not too far behind. You are very confident, waiting for me like this. Chumo knew what Fu meant at a glance. I originally wanted to arrest you, but you were robbed by the king of the realm of time. You are now the king of the realm of time. So, I can only reluctantly kill you. Fu smiled, but the killing intent was very strong. I hate when someone hits my head, so if that's the case, don't talk nonsense. Chumo said coldly. This is your burial place, a beautiful starry sky. Fu said softly, and then a surge of power came out. The stars dim, the electric light flickers. An overwhelming aura came from the space, and in the blink of an eye, enough energy to destroy the entire galaxy was emitted. P.S. It will be on the shelves at 10 o'clock tonight, I hope you will take care of it. How much do you think Fu's fighting power is? And he can beat Kamba, at least less than Super Blue Veget, similar to the god of destruction. Chapter 67_. Boom, boom. The surrounding planets continued to explode, and the powerful black hole suction continued to increase, as if to suck everything in. Seeing that Fu had begun to increase his strength, Chumo did not dare to relax, and immediately began to explode his full strength. This time the opponent was very strong, and he didn't dare to be careless. Ah, ha! Chumo's whole body ignited with silver arrogance, and a vast breath swept out, shaking the surrounding planets to burst. Boom, boom, boom. The current strength of the two is about the same. It seems that your strength has grown again. It's a pity that you can't get a test body like you. Fu looked at Chumo. He was very unhappy with the divine charm on the other side. With a cold snort, Fu stepped into the void and walked towards Chumo step by step. Then suddenly accelerated, the whole person suddenly disappeared in front of Chumo. Chumo didn't panic or panic, his face became solemn, and suddenly he punched a place. Unfortunately, you guessed wrong. A mocking voice appeared. Fu appeared on the other side of Chumo, raised his hand and hit Chumo's face. It's you who made the mistake of hitting people without hitting people in the face. Chumo's figure suddenly disappeared, and then appeared behind Fu with a sneer on the corner of his mouth. Bang! With a loud bang, in Fu's stunned eyes, Chumo's fist harder than steel slammed directly on Fu's back. Hey! With a sound, Fu rammed forward involuntarily, with a speed like a shooting star. Chumo won't let go of the demons, and immediately continued to bombard them. Boom, boom, boom. All the way, the strong fist pressure directly hit Fu's back, and the released energy directly exploded the nearby planet. Fu's sneer turned into an unbelievable expression. He didn't expect that Chumo would be so powerful. What's the matter? I clearly hit him just now. How could it be like this? Fu looked stunned. Why are things different from what he thought? No, just now he was the power of time and space. This guy reversed time. He reversed my time by 1 second, and then he used this second time to make us into time and space. Fu quickly realized what was going on just now. That was not something that could be achieved with a move like Afterimage Fist. Abominable apprentice king god of time. I hate these guys. The power of time and space is really hard to guard against. Chumo had a proud look on his face. The one just now was an inspiration from Flash Time Gong. He could not only reverse the opponent's time, but also speed up his own time. Make the two people in two different time and space, so that he can turn the situation around in one fell swoop. Damn! Dark flash. With a loud shout, a layer of dark cloud and mist condensed in Faye's hands, which spread out in an instant, covering the entire starry sky for tens of thousands of kilometers. At the same time, Fu's figure also merged into the dark clouds and disappeared. Suffered. Chumo punched the air and immediately knew that it was not good, and instantly stepped back. Bang! He's faster, and EPH is faster. Just after exiting more than 10 kilometers, Fu's figure appeared, and his fists slammed forward. Chumo's heart was tight, and he knew it was not good, and he covered his chest with his arms. The next second, Chumo's body flew out backwards, as fast as a meteor fell to the ground. Dark Destruction Bomb. Fu put his hands together, and the red light flashed in the palms, and in an instant, countless huge energy bombs were condensed. The energy emitted from each energy bomb is extremely terrifying, at least each one can destroy a sun. Chumo felt the danger, but his face remained unchanged, and he quickly thought about the way to deal with it. With Fu's wave, a powerful energy bullet, shoo shoo shoo, shot towards Chumo's body. Fluorescent energy shield. Chumo roared, and a green mask tightly surrounded his body. Boom. 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 ... Tens of thousands of terrifying energy bombs continued to bombard the protective cover, and the violent explosion energy instantly blasted Chumo out tens of thousands of kilometers. Along the way, all the planets encountered were blown apart and turned into cosmic dust. Countless black holes formed in an instant, and the strong suction sucked all the meteorites in the vicinity. The battle between the two had already attracted the attention of the Northern Realm King, but such a powerful battle energy had already made him extremely terrified. Your cover is very good, you can actually block my move, but you are still going to die. Fu looked at Chumo, whose face was a little pale, and said coldly. Chumo was out of breath, trying his best to maintain this fluorescent energy shield, which is not something ordinary people can do. If it weren't for his infinite energy, I'm afraid that after blocking dozens of energy bombs, he would not be able to continue. Who wins and who loses? Not necessarily. Chumo sneered. It really doesn't work, he can only transform into Chuan Chao. He has done experiments, and with his current mental strength, he can maintain a frenzy for half an hour, and maybe it can be used to desperately try. Fu had at least a gigabyte of combat power just now. Damn, he was tricked by Kain. When you see her, you must spank her. Chumo thought fiercely in his heart. If he knew it was so dangerous, he would definitely think about it more. The two fought together again, but Chumo didn't dare to use the Zhuang fist. Although this thing has a powerful bonus, it also has serious sequelae. He has infinite energy and SS level regeneration power. Even if the opponent blows him up, he will not die. Boom. Just after thinking about it, Chumo was punched in the chest by Fu, and a big hole appeared in an instant. Damn, so unlucky, what do you want? Chumo felt that he was so innocent, this punch was enough to kill ordinary people. Fortunately, he has a powerful regeneration ability. In the blink of an eye, the big hole in Chumo's chest recovered immediately, and the pain finally disappeared. Moreover, Chumo felt that his combat power had actually risen a lot. Just now, his normal combat power has increased by at least 100 million. You really are a 100-legged worm who doesn't die without being stiff. I didn't expect you to have such a physique. It's surprising that Saiyans have the physique of a demon. Fu looked at Chumo with a shocked expression. It was the first time he had seen such a situation. There are so many things you can't think of. After enhancing his combat power, Chumo gained confidence. It was a big deal to be a Buu, and he was constantly being beaten up and constantly increasing his combat power. Even so, I'm going to kill you. Furious, Fu flew forward again. Chumo didn't say much, and rushed forward. Boom. Bang bang bang. Two figures, one red and one silver, flew across the vast northern Milky Way, and the two sides were extremely fast, like two shooting stars. With each collision, there is a violent explosion in space. The scene is like the end of the world. P.S. It will be on the shelves soon. I hope you can support it. Chapter 68 Dragon Fist Attack. Boom. Chumo's figure quickly retreated, and most of his body was blown up. But in the blink of an eye, it came back again. Up to now, Chumo's basic combat power has increased to 100 million, which is amazingly fast. Now, with the latest insight into his mysterious state, plus the double World King Fist, Chumo already has the fighting power of 1 trillion. However, he is still not enough to beat Fu. One can imagine how strong this guy is. Golden Beulah is at least as good as Golden Frieza. Even if he doesn't have Guy's fighting power, Jing still has it. But he is still locked up by Fu, so even if Fu does not have the fighting power of Jing now, there are at least several Jing. Fu was so depressed that he was about to vomit blood. Obviously, he could kill Chumo every time, but this guy was an unbeatable little guy. A powerful shield, as well as the SS-level regeneration ability, and the weird Saiyan blood. Instead, he became a booster for Chumo to improve his combat power, making him depressed to the point of death. Chumo, even if you can keep recovering, I will kill you. Furious exclaimed. Then he opened his mouth, and a dark wave of light was sprayed towards Chumo. Huh, Chumo quickly dodged. Then he suddenly stepped forward, his body crossed the void of several kilometers, his right hand was retracted, and a strong chi condensed. Dangerous. Seeing Chumo's posture, Fu immediately felt a sense of crisis. Before he could react, he felt that the space near his body was instantly frozen and he couldn't avoid it. Dragon Fist. This is what Chumo cultivated within a month after he came to this world. This is under the guidance of the old world king god, the completion of this monkey king's strongest fist. The silver energy quickly condensed into the appearance of a dragon, and the endless void made bursts of explosions. Dragon Fist is full of explosive power, and it belongs to a head-to-head attack method, which can instantly increase the combat effectiveness by more than 10 times. The silver dragon roared up, as if penetrating the distance of the void, passing through it at the same speed as a streamer. All the planets along the way were directly blasted into dust, and the boundless airwaves directly locked the space in front of them. Come on, Chumo. Fu secretly surprised, but he will not admit defeat. Facing the swept dragon, getting closer and closer, Fu's complexion began to change. He felt that the silver energy contained a powerful destructive power, which was beyond his imagination. It must not be regarded as an ordinary attack. Fu was startled in a cold sweat, and quickly drew out the purple long sword and protected it in front of his chest. Boom. Boom. ... The starlight was dim, and the momentum went straight to the entire Milky Way, and the place where Fu was blown into a black hole. The violent explosion shattered the space. After a long time, the violent explosion power gradually subsided. In the hundreds of thousands of kilometers around Chumo and Fu, there is no planet left, and there is still a large black hole sucking frantically. Fu tightened his brows and shook his pen, which was numb from the shock. He suddenly discovered that there were actually tiny cracks on the surface of the purple longsword. This magic weapon of the demon world was actually injured by someone. This has never happened in billions of years. You are really strong. I actually felt the breath of death just now. It's unforgivable. Fu Leng said coldly, his cold eyes revealing endless killing intent. In the next second, Fu stepped on the void with both feet, leaving several afterimages on his body, and in a blink of an eye, he arrived in front of Chumo. Boom. The two punched heavily, and when they collided, a strong air wave burst out again, as if the entire galaxy was shaken. A trace of blood spilled from the corner of Chumo's mouth, his arms felt numb for a while, and his body flew out, directly hitting a star comparable to the size of the sun. Fu, with one move, followed up again, following Chumo's trajectory. One silver and one red, one in front and one behind, two rays of light blazing fast. Fu speeded up and kicked Chumo violently. PFF'd. Chumo spurted out a mouthful of blood, and his body was pierced again. However, after a burst of intense pain, the wound recovered again, and Chumo felt that his combat effectiveness had increased again. HMPH, can't help but hit the guy. Fu Lang looked at Chumo coldly. If it weren't for this guy's strong regeneration ability, he would have woken up dozens of times. Really? Next, you won't be disappointed. Chumo's voice roared like a beast, and a tyrannical aura swept the entire northern galaxy in an instant. Terrifying breath, icy chill. The silver arrogance on Chumo's body gradually turned grass green. It's really interesting that you can even transform. Fu Lang looked at Chumo's figure coldly. Roar. Chumo let out the roar of a beast again, and the grass-green energy on his body suddenly rose again. Puff puff. Countless purple lightning penetrated the space, bursting out in the void like huge fireworks. In just an instant, thousands of planets were shaken by Chumo's breath. At this time, Chumo, with long grass-green hair, seemed to be in madness, but his eyes that soon lost their pupils began to turn black, and his aura changed from violent to cold and arrogant. How do you like it? Chumo smiled coldly, and when he held his hands, Mi's body immediately grew larger, and soon rose to nearly a meter high, and the nearby body was covered with flaming arrogance. He didn't expect Chuan Chao's power to be so violent. Although it was a bit inferior to the mysterious realm, he felt the endless power emerging from his body. Is it just bigger? It's interesting. Fu grinned, his figure flashed, and he was about to attack Chumo. Chumo's muscles were tensed, and his long grass-green hair was raised high as the monstrous momentum poured out. The body followed with a flash, and in an instant, it crossed a distance of several thousand meters and appeared in front of Fu. Huh, faster. Facing the figure that appeared in front of him, Fu was startled. Boom, boom. The two fought together. At this moment, there was no fighting skill. The fists, elbows, knees, and legs were like Gatling, and they were crazy to knock down the opponent. After becoming Xuanchao, Chumo's defense instantly increased several grades, and he was on a par with Fu. I can't believe that your power can continue to grow stronger, what a weird Saiyan. Fu said coldly, with a killing intent in his eyes. Come on, just let me see how strong you are, the devil. Chumo snorted coldly, jumped up, and punched Fu. However, Fu lightly tapped in the void in front of him, and a light mask immediately enveloped him. Chumo punched directly on the mask, and the powerful force caused a halo to sway on the mask. Chapter 69 Chumo. Then only a bang sound was heard, and the mask was instantly destroyed. The destructive force slammed towards Fu. Fu's body quickly retreated, and with a push of both hands, the mask instantly appearing again. A huge force appeared on the mask, and with a bang, the two forces intersected. After a while, the two forces cancelled. Seeing that Chumo's offensive was blocked, Fu took the opportunity to dodge and swept Chumo out. However, Chumo dismissed it, and after his body flew horizontally, it collapsed into the void, and immediately stopped his body. It's useless, the current me, the more I fight, the stronger I get. Come again. Chumo roared, and he felt that his combat power had increased again. It was not as good as the mysterious realm just now, but now it has begun to surpass, and that powerful energy is still alive. In a steady stream, he increased his confidence. Fu Yi, 940, swayed, his figure instantly appeared in front of Chumo, and he punched hard. With a hum sound, the void trembled, the planet trembled, and Yu Jingtian punched and slammed towards Chumo. Seeing this punch, Chumo's complexion changed, and he was ready to fight. This fist seems to be ordinary, but it is almost to the extreme. Chumo instantly emits a fluorescent energy shield that covers Jojo body. With a boom, Fu's punch hit the shield. The surrounding space fluctuated, and the protective cover shattered. A huge force continued to attack Chumo. Chumo shouted, his hands clasped together send out a powerful energy. Bomb! Turtle School Qigong. Chumo sent out a Qigong wave to block Fu's attack. Then the figure kept retreating, and it was not until the distance of 1,000 meters that the collision of these two powerful energies was released. Shock! Chumo, I didn't expect your power to increase so much in just a short while, but your control over power. Control is still not as familiar as I am, so I'm sure to win this battle. Damn it. After speaking, Fu's figure flashed, and he instantly appeared beside Chumo, and punched Chumo with a punch. Shining on his arm, shares a powerful light that wants to destroy all breaths. Chumo snorted coldly, and also, Ji Zhiquan greeted Fu with a straight fist, and a feeling of excitement spontaneously emerged in his heart. As long as you can't defeat me with a single blow, as the battle progresses, my learning control of power will become deeper and deeper. I will not lose to you. That's the power of Super Saiyan Legends. The two fists intersect, and the shocking power erupts. The powerful air wave directly caused a strong explosion in the starry sky. With just one blow, most of the planets in the northern galaxy were completely destroyed. Was bombed. At this time, the king of the northern realm was already in a cold sweat, not only him, but also the king of the eastern realm, the king of the western realm, the king of the southern realm. The great realm king has already felt the collision of these two powerful energies. But they did not dare to use their perception to explore the battle between Chumo and Fu, because both the northern realm king and the great realm king had already. He had vomited blood, but he was injured by the energy released by these two streams. The great realm king hurriedly reported to the god of Jabbat, but he only got 4 words, wait and see. When Chumo and Fu touched each other, they separated in an instant, and then collided with each other in an instant. Violent coercion is everywhere, the galaxy is shaking. Chumo appeared in front of Fu with a teleportation, and a dragon fist blast, the god of golden energy condensed. The dragon slammed into Fu with the light of destroying the sky and destroying the earth. After seeing it, Fu's face changed greatly, and he immediately used all his strength to meet Chumo's fist with a reflexive fist. With a loud bang, the surrounding space collapsed. The two were inseparable. Chumo shouted excitedly. The more he fought, the stronger his anger, and his combat power skyrocketed again. The grass-green arrogance all over his body spewed out again, and the strong arrogance made Fu's face worse. This guy is getting stronger and stronger, what's the situation, hey? Chumo became more and more excited as he fought. He turned around and kicked at Fu. Not to be outdone, Fu raised his right fist and hit it instantly. Bang! The fists and feet collided in an instant, and the space shook. The starry sky began to roar continuously, and the shattered space was continuously expanding at a speed visible to the naked eye. But in an instant, dozens of huge space black holes of hundreds of meters have been shattered. And the space storm danced wildly, with the meaning of destroying everything. However, the seemingly powerful space storm was shattered when Chumo and Fu collided. Disappear into the invisible. The space is being repaired, and the battle between the two continues. The fierce collision between the two broke the space again. Boom! Fu and Chumo's fists collided again, and they separated instantly. With the temporary cessation of the fighting between the two, the space where the two were fighting finally had a chance to breathe. Beginning to heal rapidly 0. At the moment when the terrifying space storm is about to be born, the space is finally restored to its original state. Chumo and Fu looked at each other. Amazing momentum burst out from both of them at the same time. The shocking battle will begin again, and the two are posing at the same time to prepare for the next battle. In an instant, the two moved at the same time, their fists collided with a bang, and the space that had just been repaired was shattered again. Chumo turned around and took a quick kick, and Fu's left fist greeted him. Boom! The energy scattered, and the broken space expanded again. The two separated again in an instant, and then Chumo moved in an instant and appeared behind Fu with a kick. Kicked to F. Fu's body suddenly moved forward, ready to dodge the blow, but the speed was still a little slower. With a bang, Fu was kicked by Chumo and flew straight forward in an instant. With a sneer, Chumo immediately accelerated, caught up with Fu, and attacked Fu with another elbow. The powerful coercion directly locked the space around Fu. When Fu saw it, he turned his body over, lifted his foot and kicked Chumo's chin. Chumo changed his moves instantly, and folded his hands to block the foot. Fu Fei laughed, then rolled over and floated, and a heavy punch slammed into Chumo's abdomen. Chumo's expression was ruthless, and he didn't care about Fu's attack. He grabbed his hand and suddenly hit a ball with 1.2 energy. Passed. Fu didn't dare to be careless, his figure moved, and he ducked in an instant. Just as he was about to continue attacking, Chumo had already come to him and punched him hard. Bang! The first punch, Fu barely blocked. PFF'd. Second punch, full hit. Bang! With the third punch, Fu was knocked upside down and flew out, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Chumo sneered, accelerated again, grabbed the feet of Fu who flew out, and threw it to the distant starry sky. Following the collapse of his feet, he quickly chased towards Fu, and appeared above Fu in a short while. Both hands clenched fists and slammed into Fu's body. Thank you for visiting 5G Shao. Chapter 70 The Terrifying Transcendent State. Boom. The smoke and dust were everywhere, and a huge circular crater appeared on a huge star. Under this collision, this constant. The star was also destroyed more than half. The smoke dissipated, and Fu quickly flew out of the pothole and rushed towards Chumo. Looking at Fu who was rushing over, Chumo directly greeted him, his fists and feet kept colliding with each other, extremely fierce. The space is constantly shattering, and a huge sonic boom is constantly coming from the air. Boom. There was a loud crash, and the two separated instantly, and the space where the two fought was also slowly at this time recovered. Fighting for so long, I think we should use all our strength to decide the winner with one blow, otherwise the whole galaxy will be lost. Destroyed. Fu said lightly. At this moment, he completely recognized Chumo's strength and was no less than him. How is it? I didn't disappoint you. As the battle progressed, Chumo became more and more familiar with Chuan Chao's power. It was originally estimated that it could only last for half an hour, but now Chumo realized that even another half an hour was nothing. And now his combat power is definitely already several tens of thousands of trillions, enough to compete with the current EPH of 06. I admit to underestimating you. I didn't expect Saiyans to have a breed like you. Frank said seriously. Actually, I can't think of it myself. Chumo said excitedly, this Super Saiyan is strong, no wonder he can beat Super Blue Gogeta. Up and down. There is only one bad thing, that is, the power is too crazy, and it is impossible to master it all. In the anime theater, Weiss said that Broly is the best god of destruction candidate. It is conceivable that in order to master this violent power, at least the spiritual power of the god of destruction is required. The two disappeared in place in an instant, rushing towards each other at the same time, colliding with two fists. There was a loud noise of boom, the space oscillated endlessly, the roar continued, and the surrounding space continued to make a rattling sound. Broken. Bang. There was another loud noise, and Fu punched Chumo again, and then his left hand twitched. A sharp purple long sword, he slashed towards Chumo. Chumo dodged in an instant, and his right hand condensed a green energy bomb and slammed it towards Fu. Seeing the energy ball, Fu did not dodge this time, and the purple sword in his hand slashed directly at the energy bomb. PFF'd. With a muffled sound, the energy bomb was directly split in half. However, Chumo had already flashed over to Fu and kicked Fu's chest. Fu's figure turned over and avoided directly. I expected you to be like this. Chumo sneered, and his right hand quickly shot a red death beam. The speed of Death Guangdong was extremely fast, and Fu had no time to react. In desperation, he held the purple sword horizontally, hoping to block the death beam. Bang, and there was no explosion. Then, with a click, a crack appeared in the purple sword, and the magic weapon of the demon world for hundreds of millions of years shattered directly. The corners of Chumo's mouth twitched, shooting thousands of death beams in a row. Like a laser shot, although Fu reluctantly pushed out an energy shield, it was broken in an instant. Chumo's figure appeared directly in front of Fu, and he punched him hard. A direct punch hit Fu. Fu was beaten upside down and flew out. Chumo immediately accelerated to catch up, and directly hit Fu in the abdomen with an elbow. Department. PFF'd. Fu spewed out a bloody arrow again, and this time the injury was not light. However, Chumo continued to fly, grabbed Fu's feet, and threw it hard at a planet. With a sound of boom, smoke and dust were everywhere. The planet was directly pierced, and it landed heavily on another planet again. But Fu is not an ordinary person after all. He quickly rushed out of the core of the planet and rushed towards Chumo. Up. Dark streamer. Boom. The powerful burst of energy instantly crushed the space into a vacuum. Fu narrowed his eyes, stretched out his hands and aimed at the void and kept blasting past. At this moment, Chumo appeared, and the black eyes caught Fu's line of sight, and then the grass-green flames burned. Come. The ultimate flash. A grass-green energy wave hits the past. Puff puff. In the muffled sound, the space is torn apart. Two powerful energy waves collided, but Chumo Xuanchao's physique reappeared miraculously, and infinite energy emerged. Back pressure the energy star wave of Fu. PFF'd. Fu was blown up, and blood rushed out of his mouth. Taking advantage of this, Chumo's casserole-sized fist hit Fu on the body. Bending his arms, he pressed Fu with a heavy fist and knocked him into the air again. Fu was in pain for a while, his face was a little distorted, and he attacked Chumo heavily with his backhand. Both of them were injured, and they flew out in both directions. But in an instant, two streams of light flashed through the void again. It turned out that the two people were in the void and bounced after stepping on it. Rise. After leaving a large impact belt, they fought together again. Bastard, you die for me. The vicious dark energy turned into a strong light wave and blasted past. Fu wiped away the blood stains from his mouth, and roared loudly and viciously. Dark silence bullet. One by one black energy bullets formed in the void, and then shot over. Seeing the energy bomb approaching, Chumo froze, and the whole person burst out. Dragon fist explosion. With a loud shout, a golden dragon rose into the air. The huge Shenlong phantom directly blasted all the energy bombs, and then directly hit Fu. Boom. Such as the detonation of an interstellar nuclear bomb, the dilapidated galaxy was once again blown up to destroy a planet. Hey. The sound was soft, but Fu's figure disappeared. Come on, you won't die. Chumo was out of breath. Although he had unlimited energy, he continued to blast out dragon fists, and now he felt his body. A burst of soreness. I was even more tired mentally, and I wanted to fall asleep with my head down. To control such violent energy, Chumo's spirit. The power has been exhausted. Even if Fu doesn't escape, he can no longer maintain the state of Super Saiyan, otherwise, he will lose consciousness. Become a monster that only knows how to destroy. Woohoo! Chumo exited the Chuanchao state and slowly landed on a green planet. After feeling that there was no danger nearby. Kai, head down to sleep. I don't know how long it took before Chumo woke up, feeling much better. More importantly, he felt that his body was full of power, many times stronger than before. Chumo called out the system interface to check his attributes. Chumo, male. Age, 26 years old. Combat strength, 10 trillion. Basic combat strength, 5,000 trillion. Mysterious realm, 5 Jing, Chanchao. Bloodline, super competition, Xuanchao bloodline. Superpowers, space control, time reversal, healing ability S level, enhancement potential SS level. Vitality SS level. Skills: Chi perception, sky dance. Afterimage fist, turtle school qigong wave. Magic flash, teleportation. Death beam, death energy bullet. Zhuangquan, Yuanqidan, Longchen. Thank you for visiting 5G Xiao, Shuo, net. Remember me, 5G XS. Chapter 71 Normal 10 trillion. Damn it, no wonder my strength is so strong. It turns out that my normal combat strength is 10 trillion. Chumo was very excited. This time he was broken and then stood up. And after this transformation to pass the Super Saiyan, he has a deeper understanding of this state. I believe that in the future, if you enter the super transfer state again, you will definitely be able to last longer. Even, he believes that in the near future, he will be able to fully grasp the state of Chuan Chao. Going back to Earth to see, Chumo pointed his forehead and immediately returned to Earth. Huh, what's going on? There's no one left on Earth. Chumo closed his eyes to sense the breath of the Earth, and his brows quickly wrinkled. There is no one left. Moreover, the city in front of him was devastated and in a mess, and it was completely reduced to ruins. And in a building not far away, billowing smoke continued to rise. It seems that Babe has taken control of all the people and gods of the earth, taking them all away. Chumo thought for a while, and quickly understood what was going on. Suddenly, a powerful breath appeared in Chumo's perception. However, this gas is not on Earth, but in distant space. Is this aura from Saiyans? Could it be Sun Wukong? Chumo thought suddenly. Then 2 fingers on the forehead, the body instantly disappeared on the Earth. At this time, on a planet far away from the Earth, the ground is being severely damaged. One giant pit after another, revealed on the ground. Babe, I won't let you go. Sun Wukong hung in front of Babe and shouted angrily. It's not that you won't let me go, it's that I won't let you go. Today, I want you Saiyans to exterminate your clan. Babe said disdainfully. He thinks of another hateful Saiyan, Chumo, equally unforgivable. I won't lose. Sun Wukong took a few steps forward with a solemn expression on his face. Then immediately transformed into the strongest state, in the Super Saiyan 3 state, the extremely powerful energy spread out. Come, a silver snake is entwined. Immediately, the entire Ziffel star froze. Hey, I didn't expect your power to increase so much, Tilda. Babe was a little surprised, and finally put away her disdain and became serious. The power displayed by Sun Wukong made him have to be careful. Suddenly, a more domineering energy rose from the ground. As the 2 peak forces collided, the sky suddenly cracked, the vast power rushes frantically. And the whole star of Ziffer is sizzling. The aftermath affected hundreds of kilometers around, and a big hole appeared in the vast sky. Oops. Unprepared for Xiaofang, who was swept by the aftermath, Xiaofang suddenly fell to the ground in an embarrassment. Hey. At this time, Chumo appeared beside Xiaofang, pulled up her collar and lifted her into the air. Then decisively put down a protective cover to cover her inside. The strength of the 2 of them is already in a state of extreme strength. How dare you stay on this planet, how dare you? Not small. Chumo squinted and watched from a distance, and sighed softly. The strength of Sun Wukong and Babe is unparalleled in human beings. Sun Wukong has been immersed in the realm of Super Saiyan 3 for more than 10 years, and his potential, after being developed, will make rapid progress immediately. Who are you? Xiaofang asked. She looked at Chumo, but could hardly feel the breath of the other party. Father-son Gohan felt it. Chumo, you are your elder and Saiyan. Then Grandpa Chumo, hurry up and help Grandpa. Xiaofang immediately shouted. Amount. Chumo touched his nose. I was only 26 years old, how could I be a grandfather? Stunned. Don't worry, your grandpa won't lose. Chumo shook his head with a smile. Not only was Sun Wukong eager to break through, but he was also looking forward to Sun Wukong's ability to break through. Break through to Super Saiyan 4. In this way, he can use the state of Sun Wukong to successfully simulate and enter Super 4. However, even if it doesn't work, he still has a 50% certainty that he will break through Super 4. Especially after entering the Super Pass state, Chumo is more confident. Can Grandpa really beat Babe? Xiaofang turned her head and asked, her face full of worry. Don't worry, even if Sun Wukong loses to Babe, it's not much worse. Chumo comforted Xiaofang, his eyes closely watching the battle between Sun Wukong and Bebe. He wants to get the essence out of it. The Battle of the Peak began, and I saw Sun Wukong and Bebe standing in the air, and the two of them speeded up their movement at the same time. Suddenly disappeared completely. Bang bang bang. The invisible figures suddenly appeared at the same time, and then disappeared at the same time after the collision. Sun Wukong and Babe could no longer be seen in the sky at this time, only deafening collisions were heard. The glittering flashes kept appearing. A few wisps of light flickered, and both of them were moving at high speed. Bang bang. Boom. After the flickering light, a violent explosion occurred, and the earth trembled a few times under the pressure, and suddenly began to sink. Gradually, even the magma spewed out. At this time, even the Demon Boo and the others came to Chumo and the others. It's amazing, I don't even dare to get close. Boo's small eyes were wide and round, and he said dumbly. It's true that the level of battle between the teacher and Babe has exceeded our limit, it's unbelievable. Exclamation mark quote. EPUB was shocked. Then you say, Grandpa will definitely win. Xiaofang's strength is the weakest, and his eyesight can no longer keep up with such a fast-paced battle. However, Chumo raised his eyebrows. It seems that Sun Wukong still has something. Super Saiyan 3 consumes too much energy. Goodlies, if you can't become a Super Saiyan 4, definitely will lose. JB watched nervously, with a look of sadness between their brows. Ancestor, do you think Mr. Wukong can win? Jabbat's face was sullen. It's hard to say, but Chumo is here, so there's basically no problem. A few days ago, it wasn't him and the guy from the demon world blew up more than half of Northern Galaxy. This guy really messes up. Well, your creation. The creativity has also increased a lot. You work hard to restore the Northern Galaxy, and you don't need to worry about the rest. Have him. Yes, it's alright. The old god of the realm has a lot of knowledge. He knows that Chumo is here, and he will not lose. After listening to the words of the old Kaiwang god, the god of Jade couldn't help but rolled his eyes. Come on, it seems that he is doing the coolie's share. Beiji Wang Xing. Beiji Wang was shocked by the battle between Sun Wukong and Bebe again. Network. Remember me. 5GXS. Chapter 72 Poor Babe. He held his head tremblingly and wailed in pain. Oh my god, am I out of luck? Half of the northern Milky Way. Now Wukong is fighting this monster again. This is going to destroy my base camp. Fleeting years is not good. He is so unfortunate. Why is it always his Northern Galaxy who suffers? Baby, tiebreaker. Sun Wukong frantically stimulated the energy in his body flickered, and he teleported to Bebe's side. Super Turtle School Qigong. Sun Wukong opened his palm and shouted with all his strength. Chilling energy condensed between the palms, and then pushed forward. Suddenly a blue light penetrated the air. Gas. The terrifying energy surged out and charged directly towards Babe. Babe wasn't in a hurry, didn't expect Sun Wukong to teleport in front of him. Seeing that the attack was about to come, his complexion suddenly changed greatly, and he hurriedly shouted, Qigong Cannon. In an instant, there was a rumbling muffled sound. The planet was screaming, the terrifying aura stirred the entire atmosphere, and the aftermath of the attack instantly rolled up a storm. The diffuse smoke gradually disappeared, and the line of sight became clear again. But I saw Babe's arms hanging down, drops of blood-colored liquid flowing down her arms, and her silver head was a mess. There were also multiple abrasions on the cheeks. Great, Grandpa is going to win. Seeing that Babe was injured, Xiaofang shouted excitedly. Looks like I haven't won yet. Bu pursed his lips, and his small eyes watched intently. No, babe's injuries are all skin injuries, not the essence. On the other hand, Sun Wukong. Super Saiyan 3. The burden is too great, it seems that he can't do it. Chumo shook his head regretfully. It looks like he has to do something, otherwise it will be difficult for Sun Wukong to transform into Super Saiyan 4. Chumo stepped out, and his body instantly appeared in the middle of Bebe and Sun Wukong, and then took out a fairy bean. Throwing it at Sun Wukong. After eating the fairy beans, Sun Wukong's physical strength suddenly recovered. Seeing Chumo appearing in front of him, Babe's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot. He said coldly, Chumo, it's you again. Hee, it's not just me, how is it? Very upset. Yes, I'm very upset, I'm going to kill you. Babe didn't roar, her awe-inspiring aura was even higher, and her eyes were hideous. Bang! As soon as he finished speaking, Super Babe's body was kicked out by Chumo. Weak, not qualified to be unhappy. Chumo said lightly, and the disdainful attitude made Babe even more angry. Sun Wukong, look above. Sun Wukong followed Chumo's words and looked over, and a bright white moon came into view. Plop plop. The heart beat violently, and Sun Wukong's eyes began to become dull. Then his cheeks twisted painfully, his face turned white for a while, then quickly became blue, and gradually became hideous. Damn! Babe was furious and flew away. Come here and beat Chumo. But before he could make a move, his body flew out again. But it was Chumo who stepped out again. You are calling a fart, disgusting guy, watch the show in peace for me. Chumo stepped on Babe's face, making him unable to get up for a long time. Make you crazy, make you disgusting, I will trample your face to death. Although you are now Vegeta's body. At this time, the blood of Sun Wukong's whole body seemed to be rushing in the blood vessels, and his body shape changed rapidly. I saw the bridge of his nose bulging, the fangs in his mouth stretched out, and his body suddenly grew to 40 or 50 meters. A golden giant ape with golden hair. This is a giant ape in Super Saiyan state stimulated by the full moon. The power is equivalent to the Super Saiyan transformation plus the giant ape transformation, a full 500 times the energy increase. The irrational golden giant ape roared, spitting out golden energy from its mouth. Boom! A giant mushroom cloud rose, and the brilliant light illuminated half of the planet. Everywhere the storm passed was flattened, and even a thick layer of the ground was scraped away. What is this? Chumo was annoyed and left the top of Babe's head. Babe just stood up in embarrassment, but together they encountered a powerful attack. After blocking the storm, he yelled angrily. Immediately after seeing the golden giant ape that Sun Wukong had turned into, cold sweat dripped on Babe's face. Having inherited the memory of King Ziver, he naturally knows that Saiyans have the ability to transform into a giant ape. Open double angle bracket flowers 0. Back then, the Zever were all wiped out by the mad Saiyans who turned into giant apes. So at this moment, Babe's heart is a little empty. What's going on? How did Grandpa become like this? Seeing Sun Wukong go mad, Xiaofang shouted in panic. Just as he was about to fly towards the golden giant ape, Chumo grabbed his wrist. Don't go over, that is the giant ape form of the Saiyan. Sun Wukong has lost his mind at this time, he has already lost his mind. I don't recognize you anymore. You made Grandpa like this, what do you want to do? Xiaofang asked loudly. You'll know soon, don't talk nonsense, I'm your elder, just watch it obediently. Chumo controlled Xiaofang, and then quietly looked at the golden giant ape, with excitement flashing in his eyes. Bu and Ubu on the side were angry when they saw Chumo, they didn't dare to help, they shut up. The state before the appearance of the Super Saiyan 4, and it can transform into a human shape as long as it regains its sanity. State-of-the-art level Saiyan 4. Chumo said to Xiaofang, try calling Sun Wukong here and see if you can wake him up. Well, I'll give it a try. Although very dissatisfied with Chumo's domineering, Xiaofang still shouted at Sun Wukong. Grandpa, wake up. Hearing Xiaofang's eager shouting, the golden giant ape reacted, and his hideous face turned towards Chumo and them. Then he roared in the sky, suddenly changed his direction, and turned his attention to Babe. I rely on, what's the matter? Great, why did you turn your attention to me again? At this moment, Babe's heart seemed to run through countless grass and mud horses. I am so miserable. Roar. The golden giant ape opened its mouth and roared wildly, spitting out a fiery shock wave of energy. Then pick up a huge stone and smash it towards Babe's place. Boom. The boulder fell to the ground and splashed a piece of yellow sand. Fuck, I hide. Babe hides with a sullen face. He is very angry. It is all the fault of that Chumo's man. Seeing that the attack didn't work, the golden giant ape became angry and continued to attack Babe frantically. 4. Chapter 73 Super 4 Sun Wukong. Bang bang. The golden giant ape stomped on Babe's body, and the huge force made the ground quickly burst into a spider web. Kind of cracks. Babe's face changed, and it was extremely blue. The hands that were raised above his head trembled, his upper body ached, and a mouthful of blood spurted out with a poof. Low-level Saiyans will lose their minds after turning into giant apes, but there is still a hint of subconsciousness in the state of giant apes. Conscious thinking. The most typical example is when Vegeta invaded the Earth, the first target Son Gohan attacked after he became a giant ape. The mark is Vegeta, although her tail was later cut off by Vegeta. After Sun Wukong became the golden giant ape, his power has been greatly improved. Although he is not rational, it is enough. Babe drinks a pot. At this moment, Babe is like an angry volcano that will erupt at any time, but in the face of no pain, no. The golden giant ape of consciousness, 600 inches he is also very helpless. Suddenly, Babe's eyes turned and he thought of something, and his body flew up at a high speed, and then stepped on the void several times, dodging the yellow attack of the golden giant ape. Hey, mindless monster, trying to beat me, dreaming. Babe appeared behind the golden giant ape with a grin, and a flat energy appeared between the two fingers, moving towards the golden giant. The giant ape's tail was chopped off. You think too much. Chumo kicked Babe in the face and kicked him out. He also planned to turn Sun Wukong into Super Saiyan 4, how could Babe cut off Sun Wukong's tail? Damn, you bastard. Bebe looked at Chumo angrily, and now his hatred for Chumo is 100 times stronger than that of Sun Wukong. Watch out for yourself. Chumo sneered. If he didn't want to feel Sun Wukong's artistic conception, he would have abolished this guy directly. What? Babe was stunned for a moment. There were bursts of roars in his ears, and the golden giant ape once again took him as a target. Her face turned blue and white, and Bebe held back her anger in her heart. The golden giant ape's attack has come again. Boom. Ziffer Star almost collapsed. Chumo floated back to Xiaofang again and said to Xiaofang, continue to call Sun Wukong's consciousness, it is best to be able to. Enough to bring him back to his senses. Okay. Although she didn't know what Chumo wanted to do, Xiaofang knew that he must have his reasons. Then call out to Sun Wukong over and over again. Realm King God Realm, the breath of rioting came in from the starry sky of the lower universe. The old Kai Wangshan and others sat in front of the crystal ball. Jibit was surprised and said, Old ancestor, what is this Chumo trying to do? This guy is really hard to understand. Exclamation mark. Obviously can easily eliminate Babe. You are too young. The old god of the realm narrowed his eyes and said, Chumo naturally has his reasons for doing this, he should be doing a real thing. Maybe a super powerful warrior will be born. Ancestor, do you mean that there is still hope for Sun Wukong to regain his sanity? Jabit calmed down. Yes, breaking and standing, science cultivation has always been like this, and I'm afraid it will be the same this time. With Chumo around. It must be fine. Knowing that Chumo's identity is unusual, the old god of the realm said confidently. Boom. Boom. The sky was vast, and waves of waves that made the soul tremble swept away. The golden giant ape roared angrily and waved its fists to destroy everywhere. Babe had lost his previous. Calmly, he fled east and west in embarrassment. What made him particularly resentful was that every time he wanted to cut off the tail behind the golden giant ape, Chumo would take the risk. Come out and kick him out. Angry eyes stared at the golden giant ape and Chumo in front of them, and the murderous aura almost solidified. Damn it. Babe gritted her teeth, never seeing such a brazen person. Chumo looked at the roaring giant ape. It's been so long, it's reasonable to say that Sun Wukong should almost become a superhero. Level Saiyan 4. Grandpa, wake up quickly. Xiaofang's crisp voice entered the ears of the giant ape, and the golden giant ape stopped moving, with two big bloody eyes. Staring closely at Xiaofang's red figure. Hoo-hoo. Giant ape, growls while slapping its body. It works. Chumo was overjoyed. No, I can't sit still. Babe, who has always been full of confidence, became a little flustered and moved quickly to Bulma's side. Quick, think about it. Way to turn me into a giant ape state too. Bulma respectfully said, Lord Babe, we only need to activate the pulse beam amplifier to convert the moons. Reflected light enhancement, 1000. Then go and start the machine. Babe looked anxious. Yes. Bulma started the machine immediately. The golden giant ape was finally awakened by Xiaofang to Sun Wukong's consciousness, watching the child who couldn't stop crying, the golden giant ape. With a loud roar, the body began to emit a crystal bright light. The gigantic body gradually shrank and took on a human form. It was a burly man with red hair all over his body. There is no golden yellow arrogance, and the whole body is covered with a layer of red body hair, and the hair has turned black again. Draped over the shoulders, with golden eyes surrounded by red eyes. Black hair, red hair, and an evil smile. Yes, this is Super Saiyan 4. Chumo excitedly looked at Sun Wukong, who had become burly. Goku spewed out of his body. He tried to release his spiritual power and comprehended with Sun Wukong's Super 4 state. Soon, Chumo showed a wise expression. Turns out, it's that simple. Sure enough, the power of Super Saiyan 4 is not at the same level as Super Saiyan 3. It has crossed the beyond the dimension of life. Chumo laughed. In fact, the mysterious state is also a special state in Super Saiyan 3. Is 4.5 longer than Super Saiyan 3, and the loss is lower. In other words, the mysterious realm is in the middle of the mirror of God and Super 4, and it can develop in either direction. It can even evolve at the same time. Chumo suddenly had a bold idea. He has a system and nothing is impossible. The realm of God is the realm. And Super Saiyan 4 is the evolution of the body. No matter how strong the realm is, without a strong body, at most it is like be a coward like Kaiwang God. The only one who can compete with Super Saiyan 4 is the Super Saiyan God. Both are stronger. Strength. Chumo suddenly had a kind of enlightenment, saw Super Saiyan 4 with his own eyes, and felt the kind of mountain peak. The majestic aura, his realm is rising in the enclave. Chapter 74 Obtaining the Ultimate Freedom Skill. Grandpa. Seeing Sun Wukong regaining his senses, Xiaofang rushed over excitedly. For this 9-year-old granddaughter, Sun Wukong, Ji loves him very much. Xiaofang has worked hard for you, and I will pay you next time. Give it to Grandpa. Hem. Xiaofang whispered softly. Sun Wukong stood proudly, and a vast aura rose up. In an instant, the entire Ziffel star was in Sun Wukong. In the shroud of Wukchi momentum. No, the entire northern galaxy is. Bu shook his body and slapped his mouth. It's so cold, this feeling is so uncomfortable. Goku, really? So strong. EPUB seemed very excited. This is the anger of Wukong teacher, I can't think of it. Can become so strong. Now the end of Babe is coming. On the test bench, Babe also sensed the terrifying aura of Sun Wukong. His pupils suddenly shrunk to a point, and what he was worried about finally happened. Babe almost guessed Chu Mo's purpose and asked loudly, "The bruise beam amplifier is not ready yet." "Okay. Lord Babe, it will be ready soon. Speed up now." Babe 06 looked extremely nervous. Taste. Ancestor, Wukong's current form is. The old Kaiwang Shen nodded and squinted his eyes slightly. This is a more advanced transformation than Super Saiyan 3, it should be. For that Chumo has been looking for a breakthrough. The current Sun Wukong is already us. The world deserves the number one in the universe, although it is not as good as Chumo, a pervert. That Babe is not Mr. Wukong's opponent, right? Jabbat asked hurriedly. Yes, the level is different. The old god of the realm had a certain look on his face. In his memory, no Saiyan has reached this level for hundreds of millions of years. Oops, look at the old ancestor, that Babe has also turned into a golden giant ape. Jabbat God suddenly shouted loudly. What? The old Kaiwang god screamed and pushed the god of Jabbat away, and leaned in front of the crystal ball. What is Goku doing? The face of the old world king turned pale. He could understand that Chumo didn't make a move, but Sun Wukong didn't make a move either, which was so funny. Ancestor, you said, can Mr. Wukong still win? The god of Jabbat was weeping. Pie foot. The old god of the realm didn't know what to say, the speed of the slap in the face was too fast. You're kind of funny like that. Sun Wukong said coldly, but Chumo couldn't help rolling his eyes. Nima, just likes waves. I have absolute crushing strength, how about you? You have hair. Bang. Two fists collide, the space is one day. No earth-shattering explosions, no dazzling lights. Only pure brute force. Sun Wukong grabbed the giant ape's fist with both hands, and then lifted it vigorously, throwing the golden giant ape away. Ha ha ha, happy, pure violence, extreme power, this is Super Saiyan 4. Unlike the Super Saiyan God, he walks the limit of his power. Chumo looked at him with bright eyes. Saiyans have practiced to Super Saiyan 3, and they have reached the limit that can bear. But Super Saiyan 4 completely broke the boundaries of mortals and evolved the strength of to a new. The height of. Although because of the different rules of the world, Super Saiyan 4 can't have God-like Super Saiyan God. The realm, but there is no difference in combat power. Like the Super Saiyan God, the power increase is also 40,000 times the normal. This is a true sublimation in the sense of life. For in his consciousness, a flash of lightning suddenly flashed in my mind, like the first ray of light to illuminate the world, the shape of Super Saiyan 4. The image became clear in consciousness. That violent and domineering power, that incomparable domineering, and every move of his hands and feet brought great power. At this moment, Chumo's mind became clear, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, and the light flashed, he grabbed the essential. Then, turning around, teleportation appeared in the realm of the King of Gods. It's time to break through to Super Saiyan 4. Chumo secretly said, breakthrough. As if against the majesty of Chumo, the realm of the realm king and god in the clear sky suddenly sounded a burst of thunder. Then the golden auspicious clouds that filled the whole sky floated over, and in an instant the Cyan god realm was covered with a cloud of gold. Covered by auspicious clouds, colorful rays of light penetrated from the clouds. The entire sky was washed with a mysterious atmosphere and turned golden. Crack, kick. There was a momentary delay in the air before a loud popping sound erupted. In a vast void, a vast, divine will descended. As a golden glow lit up, Chumo's body floated up involuntarily, and the breath on his body gradually disappear. Old ancestor, what's going on? Jabbat was very shocked. This guy is about to break through too, Super Saiyan 4. The old realm king sighed with emotion. A streak of golden light scatters from the golden glow, like the sun. Appearing in front of God Jabbat is a long black hair floating, covered with red hair, wearing a light Chumo in yellow pants. Chumo smiled with satisfaction, finally reached Super Saiyan 4. Feeling the wonderful peak power in the body, compared with the mysterious realm, it is really a heaven, a Earth. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the sign-in task and getting the sign-in gift package. Do you want to open the sign-in gift 960 pack? Open now. Chumo looked excited. He was looking forward to the gift package for Super 4 sign-in. What exactly was there? Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully opening the gift package and obtaining the primary free extreme mind power. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the energy absorption skill of Super number 17. Cool. Extremely free. This is a high-level skill that only God of Destruction can learn. Sun Wukong also obtained special permission from Whis. If I can cultivate, I didn't expect that I can cultivate now. Beerus's fellow has also gone through hundreds of millions of years of practice, but he still hasn't reached the perfect level. You can see how difficult this is. As for this energy-absorbing skill, it is the icing on the cake for Chumo. This is really a weapon for 13. How's the battle on Zephyr going? After getting the super sign-in gift package, Chumo was refreshed and walked over. The old king god picked up the crystal ball and said, "The situation is not very good. The giant ape-turned babe blocked Wukong's attack, but Goku is also very strong." Chapter 75 Swallowing the Energy Bomb. Then Goku is about to win. Jabbat was excited. This may be. Super Saiyan 4 is also quite energy intensive. This is Goku's first transformation. Level Saiyan 4 feet's power grasp is not precise enough, so this battle will continue. Now, just see. Who can't stand it first? Chumo shook his head. Not very optimistic about Sun Wukong. Jabbat was startled. Will Wukong be defeated? It's not impossible. The old god of the realm thought for a while and agreed with Chumo's statement. If Sun Wukong can completely master the power of Super Saiyan 4, then it is not difficult to defeat Babe. It's a pity that this is the first time Sun Wukong has transformed. How long can he support Super Saiyan 4 state? Who? All say bad. Alas, this is not good news. Jabbat God's whole person is not good. He quickly said to Chumo, "Mr. Chumo, can you take action now?" Of course it's all right now. Chumo said with a smile that he had already broken through and could kill Babe at any time. With a smile, Chumo instantly moved to the Zephyr star. On the dark red planet of Zephyr, the storm of battle shook the planet. The giant ape-shaped Babe roared in the sky, and his huge fists were constantly waving. Sun Wukong can only keep flashing his body to avoid it. Compared with the golden giant ape, Sun Wukong is like a small ant. At this moment, Sun Wukong was burning with pale golden flames all over his body, and his long black hair was flying in the air, making him appear easy. Damn Saiyans. Babe opened his huge mouth, flashing a chilling light. I'm so pissed off, I'm going to send you all to hell. He turned his head, and his huge palm slid from top to bottom. PFF'd. The air swelled up, and a fierce gust of wind rolled up. Come on. Sun Wukong shouted, and a stream of air rose from the soles of his feet. Bang, bang, twice, the body suddenly accelerated. All of a sudden, he came to Babe. Then hit Babe's most vulnerable eye. Babe opened her mouth in disbelief and covered her head with her hands. The eyes are the most vulnerable part of the body, and transforming into a huge ape will undoubtedly make this part of the eye affected. The probability of attack is greatly increased. Sun Wukong seized the opportunity, then bent his arm and punched Babe. Bang! Huge force swung out, a very strong the penetrating force penetrated the air and landed on the golden giant ape. Stomach. On. Although part of the strength was blocked by the thick skin of the giant ape, how strong the attack of Sun Wukong was, the bigger the attack power goes directly to the internal organs. Woohoo! Golden Babe opened his mouth and let out a painful howl, and suddenly the giant ape showed a fierce light, and the whole body faced Sun Wu. Air is compressed. Poof. Bang. The ground burst open, and countless cracks burst out immediately, and Sun Wukong was pressed down by Babe's huge body. Wow. Sun Wukong spit out, blood in his mouth. Should he be fine? Bu narrowed his eyes, clenched his fists, and the small hole in his head shot out a large stream of steam. Grandpa. Xiaofang screamed, this must be very painful. Master Wukong. EPUB screamed, his eyes fixed on him. Turtle School Qigong. A pale blue light lit up under the golden giant ape, and the energy rose into the sky, hit the giant ape directly fly up. Come. The embarrassed figure of Sun Wukong emerged, shaking the dust off his body. Yo, Sun Wukong, the way you are now is not very good. Chumo's figure appeared in the air, Vice said in a mocking tone. Huh, you've also broken through Super Saiyan 4. Awesome, I heard Bu say you beat B. Gita. Sun Wukong looked at Chumo with a look of excitement, which was the excitement of seeing another opponent. Bu. Chumo looked over there, this chubby guy should have heard from Sun Gohan that he had beaten Veggie. Tower thing. It's too easy to beat him, it's not interesting, but I'm only a little interested in fighting the two of you. Chumo said lightly. With his current combat power, even if he is only Super 1, he can crush Sun Wukong's Super 4, even if he is defeated by Lu. Super 4, if you don't become Gogeta, you can't be his opponent at all. Well, it does look that way now. Sun Wukong looked at Chumo, he couldn't feel the strength of the other party at all, but the man's sixth sense told him that terror is not enough for Chumo to fight. Sun Wukong, I want to kill you. Babe flew over, ignoring Chumo on the side. Even if he turned into a golden giant ape, Babe still had a sense of fear for Chumo. Soon Babe and Sun Wukong fought together again, but with the passage of time, due to the first transformation of Super Level Saiyan 4, Sun Wukong's malaise came. Bang! The figure of Sun Wukong was kicked out by Babe, and he spat out a mouthful of blood again. The body was also driven into the deep pit in the ground, and the energy consumption was too great for a while, and it was impossible to rush up immediately. Ha, Sun Wukong, you are dead. The corners of Babe's mouth were raised high, looking very excited. After killing you, I will kill Chumo again, all of you Saiyans deserve to die. A terrifying black heart energy bomb was condensed by BB, and the outer layer was surrounded by a powerful power of lightning, fear. Vengeance bullets. Babe blasted the terrifying energy bomb with a diameter of 4 or 5 meters at Sun Wukong, very proud. But soon he was disappointed, a red figure appeared on the forward path of the energy bomb, directly open mouth. Take a breath. Hey. The energy bomb that made Sun Wukong desperate was so miraculously swallowed directly into his stomach by Chumo. Hiccup. Chumo made a hiccup sound, as if very satisfied. No, is it good? Impossible. It's you Chumo again. Babe's eyes narrowed. My Nima, what's the situation? The energy bomb that I worked so hard to condense was swallowed like this. Exclamation mark. This is fake. Xiaofang wiped her eyes, looking like Joe in disbelief. The horror of this energy bomb made her feel desperate, but she didn't expect the ending to be so funny. EPUB was also shocked. Unbelievable, really unbelievable, so strong. We will win. Yes, Teacher Wukong. Bu licked his lips, that ball must be delicious, I want to eat it too. Chumo was speechless for a while. You eat. I'm afraid it will directly blow you up so that you can't be resurrected. What a guy who is not afraid of death. However, Chumo is very satisfied with the effect of loading 13 this time. With this energy absorption skill, it is really a daily life. A must for 13. Chapter 76 Killing Babe. Your strength is still so stupid, it's really boring, it seems that I can only kill you. Chumo looked at Babe coldly, this guy is useless. It's time to hit the killer. Chumo smiled at Babe, brilliant, but it made Babe shudder. Escape. This is Babe's first thought. As for revenge, I'll talk about it if I survive. Want to escape? It's too late. Don't you want to possess my body? I'm here. Where are you going? Chumo sneered. Then with a wave of his right hand, a layer of invisible force instantly pressed over, and instantly wrapped Babe in it. What did you do to me? No, you do in tea. Babe felt that she couldn't move, and she was startled. At this time, Babe was completely panicked, because he saw the killing intent in Chumo's eyes. The guy in front of him is really scary, and with just a breath of breath, he can control his body, letting him. He completely lost the ability to resist. Even if he wanted to leave Gita's body now, he couldn't do it. Just when Babe was desperate, Chumo's fist arrived and slammed directly into Babe's chest. Wow! Of blood, and his face was pale. A fiery energy passed through Vegeta's body directly, blasting 627 feet Babe inside. On the figure. Pain. Excruciating pain. Babe's eyes showed horror. How is it? Do you still think I can't do anything to you? Looking at Babe with a painful face, Chumo said jokingly. Bang, bang, bang. A few more punches hit the past, and Babe screamed in pain, but there was no way to do it, and Zanshin showed fear. Color. Every punch of Chumo not only caused Babe a sharp pain, but what was even more terrifying was the terrifying heat that kept drilling. He came in, as if his soul was going to burn. That's one of the energies of Super Saiyan 4, powerful heat. Babe was so scared at this time that she was completely locked by Chumo's invisible breath, and she couldn't leave Veggie at all. Body of the tower. Grandpa Chumo, come on, hurry up and kill this bad guy. The sound of Xiaofang's cheering in the distance almost made Chumo's head fall, and the corners of his mouth twitched. Huh, Grandpa. I'm only 26. Chumo simply ignored the little girl and vented his depression on Babe. Bang, bang, bang. Chumo kept hitting Babe with punch after punch, and sneered, remember this kind of pain, it's this kind of fear. Fearful eyes, I like your fear. Hearing the killing intent in Chumo's voice, Babe suddenly panicked. It's over, Babe, don't mess with me in your next life. Chumo's indifferent words fell, the arrogance on his body suddenly burst out, and the violent storm swept across the planet frantically. Get moving. The Buji people in the distance were directly blown back a few kilometers, as for Son Gohan and others who were controlled by Babe. He was even stunned by the storm. In the storm, red lightning continued to crackle. The terrifying aura on Chumo's body made even Sun Wukong feel a burst of heart palpitations. How is that possible? Babe showed desperate eyes. No matter how powerful he became, he couldn't compare to 1/10,000th of Chumo's. Why is he so unbearable and helpless in front of this Saiyan? Chumo threw out his fist and smashed it hard on Babe's face. The mountain-like body flew out in an instant. It has been rubbing the ground, scraping a thick layer of soil, flying thousands of meters away, and a burning smell spread. Come. Babe's breath seemed weak at the moment. He tried hard to stand up, but the injury on his body made him unable to hold back. Up this huge body. Wait, you can't kill him, then Vegeta will die too. Sun Wukong suddenly shouted, and was about to stop Chumo. Because he saw the strong killing intent in Chumo's eyes, that was the meaning of one, must kill. Chumo didn't even look at Sun Wukong. With a sneer, he directly waved his hand to blow up a strong hurricane, AGDJ. Sweep Sun Wukong aside. Bang! The energy bomb in Chumo's palm slammed directly on the giant ape, and the dust was stirred up. Sun Wukong closed his eyes and couldn't bear to see Vegeta die like this. He didn't continue either, and went up to stop it, because he knew very well that the crisis of the universe could not be solved without killing Babe. Decision. So, Vegeta has to die. However, after the dazzling light, Sun Wukong opened his eyes, but found that the result did not seem to have happened. The golden giant ape is still intact, but the tail behind him is gone. You are. The ill will of the Saiyans is all in the tail, as long as the tail is cut off. Sun Wukong understood Chumo's words and finally breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that Chumo is not so ruthless, he should have his own plans. The giant ape was in a coma, but Babe didn't. Feeling that Vegeta's body was shrinking, Babe quickly took advantage of this opportunity to escape. As long as he can escape, there is still a chance, maybe Chumo's body will be his in the future. Thinking of Chumo's powerful breath, Babe was excited. But before he could think much about it, a voice that made him despair came. I just figured it out at this time, isn't it too late? Chumo coldly looked at the things that were wriggling in Vegeta's body, and said indifferently. Suddenly he remembered something. Isn't this Babe the pair of possessed humanoids that appeared in Dragon Ball Heroes? People. Could it be that the real purpose of flight is not Sun Wukong and the others, but Babe? As Chumo thought about it, he felt more and more likely. But now Fu does not know where to go. I don't know if he got Babe's genes or not, it seems that he is still late. Then, a red halo lit up in Chumo's palm, instantly covering Vegeta's body. Then, with a grip of his right hand, the halo quickly shrank. Impossible. How could you possibly catch me? What's going on here? Babe's voice sounded extremely frightened, and he couldn't move half a minute in Vegeta's body. And the terrifying pressure is getting stronger and stronger. It feels like he won't be crushed to death, and he won't give up. Damn Chumo, if you have the ability to let me out. Babe struggled frantically, but to no avail. At this time, Vegeta's body finally returned to normal size, but his expression was distorted, as if he was suffering with intense pain. However, the red mark on his forehead gradually disappeared, and the silver hair was also gradually disappearing. Point back to black. Hearing Sun Wukong's voice, Vegeta quickly woke up. Chapter 77 Super Number 17. After a while, Vegeta was fully restored to her original state. But Babe kept roaring, "Damn Saiyan!" The sound gradually became smaller, and finally disappeared directly. Vegeta. Sun Wukong flew over and kept calling Vegeta. He felt a powerful force within him. This power. Vegeta's body trembled violently and was extremely excited. This enormous amount of energy shocked him. Don't be too surprised, you are a blessing in disguise. Babe's power has been fully integrated into your body. And the blue's laser stimulates the potential in your body. Your current strength is almost the same as that of Sun Wukong. Level Saiyan 4 is about the same. Chumo couldn't help sneering when he saw that this guy cared about his own strength first. What? Super Saiyan 4. Kakarot has reached Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta was stunned. He looked at Sun Wukong in disbelief, and then at Chumo. I haven't heard of it at all, but it should be in a very strong state. Vegeta immediately stood up, clenched her fists, and carefully felt the power in her body. That's right, this powerful force is dozens of times stronger than before, completely surpassing Super Saiyan 3 feet S. Kakarot. Vegeta's strength is so strong, he almost catches up with Goku-sensei. EPUB was shocked. It's really strong, I'm no match at all. Boo narrowed his eyes. How about it? I'm very satisfied with your current strength. Chumo looked at it lightly, Vegeta with an excited face. Hearing Chumo's words, Vegeta stabilized her excitement and walked to Chumo. Thank you, if it weren't for you, I would have died already. Vegeta could also vaguely feel Chumo's mercy just now, otherwise he could kill Babe directly. It wouldn't be as strong as it is now. It is a rare thing for a proud Saiyan prince to bow and thank others with a respectful look on his face. Even Kakarot has not heard Vegeta's thanks a few times over the years. Chumo smiled, this arrogant prince is actually quite good. Babe was wiped out, and Vegeta was a blessing in disguise and gained the power of Super Saiyan 4. Beautiful. As long as Vegeta continues to practice for a period of time, he will be able to break through Super Saiyan 4. At that time, his strength will and Sun Wukong will be on a par. Under the action of the supernatural water, all the Earthlings finally regained their senses. But the 18th disappeared, making Kling anxious, but no one knew where she went. Not even Hell has her breath. Of course, there is only one person who knows, and naturally it is Chumo. He couldn't let his wife's avatar continue to stay here. How could this dwarf Klein be worthy of her? As long as you bring back the number 18 here, and let your wife merge, then the strength of the super number 18 will once again be rapid upgrade, definitely reach Super 4 level. It's not without bad news, though. Although Sun Wukong collected all the Black Star Dragon Balls before, and later handed them over to An Dandy, but at that time, Dandy and were already controlled by Babe, so they did not put the Black Star Dragon Ball back to its original state. Bit later, after being wished by Babe, the Black Star Dragon Balls were scattered to all corners of the universe again. Earth is now less than 2 weeks away from exploding. In such a short time, it is not an easy task to collect all 7 Dragon Balls in the vast universe. Affection. So Sun Wukong and others decided to let Earth humans wait for 2 weeks on the planet Ziffer. When the time comes, after resurrecting the Earth with the Dragon Palanga of the planet Namek, all of them will be moved to the Earth. Time flies, and 2 weeks after defeating Babe, the Earth explodes with a boom. Then Sun Wukong went to the planet Namek and made a wish to restore the Earth to its original state. Soon all human beings also returned to Earth and regained their calm. And Chumo didn't wait for Fuz to appear again, and he didn't know whether the guy was injured or left this world. He tried to call Kane with the Ring of Time and Space, but there was no response, making him think that the Ring of Time and Space was broken. 3 months passed quickly. During these 3 months, Chumo has been repairing in 10,000 times of gravity refinement. After this period of time, his normal combat power has doubled again, reaching 20 trillion, which is terrifying. Ask for flowers. But he still felt uneasy. After this time, he will definitely be stronger. If the current Fu is as strong as the prison star, then he has no choice but to escape. During this time, Chumo will also have a discussion with Sun Wukong and Vegeta. Of course, at most it is to become Super 1 Saiyan only. Every time these two guys would be beaten up by Chumo, but they also enjoyed it. After all, challenging the strong is the greatest joy of Sun Wukong and Vegeta. During this time, the world's first world, Budokai also began. It's just that Chumo really doesn't have any interest in this kind of competition. But in the hell at this time, Dr. Gro and Dr. Meow have united, and they are embarrassed. Rape, working on an ultimate weapon. It is used to deal with the Monkey King, who they hate deeply, and the Earthlings who are ignorant of current affairs. At this time, Super 17 should be out soon. Chumo practiced alone in the back mountain of Baozi Mountain. He is trying out this elementary level of freedom, and the effect is still very good. With his current strength, he can just last 2 or 3 minutes. It's no wonder that the Super Blue Full Power Sun Wukong only lasts for 5 minutes. Such a powerful state consumes. It's too big. Chumo secretly calculated that even if he had a combat power of 100 Gai, it would only last for 3 minutes at most. Unless he can surpass the Super Blue Full Power Sun Wukong, or master the perfect level of free extreme willpower. Number 17. Why are you here? A figure stood in front of Trunks. It was number 17 who had not seen him for many years. But this guy hasn't shown up since he dealt with Sharu that year. Why did it suddenly appear here today? And looking at number 17 feet's charming eyes, Trunks always felt that something was wrong with him. No, 17 didn't answer, just sneered at the corners of his mouth, and held up an energy ball in his right hand, aiming at Tetsuya. Lonks. What are you doing? Number 18 is missing. None of my business, we are all looking for her. Trunks was startled. Nye. Chapter 78 The Gate of Hell. No, 17 seemed to be unable to hear it, and shot the energy ball directly at Trunks. Trunks was helpless and hurried away. Boom. The next moment, under the terrifying energy ball, a deep pit was blasted out of the ground. Damn, what do you want to do? Trunks yelled at number 17. Speaking, number 17 feet's fist had already hit Trunks in the face. Bang. Trunks was thrown out with a punch. However, number 17 was unrelenting, and an energy ball condensed in the palm of his hand again, and it blasted directly at Trank. Boom. There was a violent explosion, and Trunks was directly blown out, his body was seriously injured, and his breath was vain. Vegeta, Goku, come out and see, what is that? Kiki suddenly shouted outside the house. 690. Vegeta had just ended the duel with Chumo, and was still in Bowsy Mountain, just to see a magical scene. Chumo also walked out and looked in the direction Chi-Chi was pointing, and saw that there was a huge black hole. Gate of Hell. Is the Ultimate 17 coming? Chumo glanced at it lightly, and suddenly remembered the plot of GT. What gates to hell? Ultimate number 17. Sun Wukong and Vegeta were stunned when they heard the words. What was the situation? It's nothing, a powerful enemy is about to appear, you two get ready to fight. Let me advise you. Oh strong. The corner of Chumo's mouth raised slightly, and he didn't know if the ultimate number 17 knew that number 18 was in his hands. Ultimate number 17. Strong enemy. Very good, leave it to me. Vegeta rubbed her fists, looking excited. He still hasn't been able to break through Super Saiyan 4 in the past few months, which makes him very unhappy, and is always lower than Kakarot. Not a lot. There was also a look of excitement on Sun Wukong's face. He had a strong opponent, just what he needed, Chu Moshi. In too strong, boring. At this moment, Trunks walked in staggeringly, wounded all over. Obviously hit hard. Trunks, what happened to you? Who wounded you? Vegeta hurriedly stepped forward to support Trunks. As a dad who loves his wife and children, Vegeta is the least likely. Can tolerate someone hurting his family. The gates of hell are open, Dad, watch out for Ultimate 17. Before he could finish speaking, Trunks fainted. He came to Baozishan to tell Vegeta to go home, and he met number 17 on the way. Ultimate number 17. Well, good. Vegeta gritted her teeth. But he was a little puzzled. He knew the strength of number 17. It was impossible to hurt Trunks like this. At this time, the hell was in chaos, and the two wretched old men gathered together, smiling wickedly. Haha, we made it. That's fun, look, we're going back to the world. The two old men were Dr. Gro and Dr. Meow, who were brutally murdered by their subordinates. Got together in hell. Behind them is the real humanoid number 17, now surrounded by terrifying energy arrogance. Apparently they are under their control. It's a perfect masterpiece. If it weren't for the technology provided by you, Dr. Meow, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to complete it. Works perfectly. Ultimate Cyborg 17. Dr. Gross looked in admiration. Where is it? You, Dr. Gero, are still amazing. If it weren't for your artificial man, I wouldn't be able to achieve mine idea. The two bad old men touted each other very proudly. On the 17th, let's get started. We are waiting for your good news. Dr. Gro raised the oil in his hand and gulped it down one by one, very proud. This time, no one could stop them. After receiving the order on the 17th, he let out a low roar, a black arrogance erupted from his body, and he became violent in an instant. Then the black arrogance turned into a black energy light and shot directly through the ground of hell. At this time, the hell on earth number 17 also turned the terrifying black energy of the whole body into a terror at the same time. Of black rays. 2 rays of light shot directly through the huge black hole in the sky. For a time, the dark clouds made a big splash, and the huge black hole seemed to be opened by some force, connecting the deep hell. The gates of hell are open. Success. Cheers. The two bad old men drained the oil in their hands at the same time, looking happy. Soon, after discovering that the gate of hell to the world was opened, countless idiots in hell flocked to hell gate. Especially those characters who were killed by Sun Wukong, densely passed through the gates of hell and disappeared into hell. Two bad old men also took the android number 17 and passed through the gates of hell. The good life is about to begin. Looking at the black light emitted by Hell 17, Vegeta snorted coldly. I found him, over there. Damn. The guy. After speaking, his body flashed into the air and flew towards that direction. Chumo and Sun Wukong took a look and followed. The wicked who came up from hell suddenly appeared in the world, causing chaos and unscrupulous beginnings. Destroy. After a while, the three of Chumo came to the place of the 17th hell, just two doctors and the android number 17. Came here. The two bad doctors looked at the city that was constantly being destroyed with a knowing smile on the corners of their mouths. This was what they wanted. Desired effect. A bunch of rubbish. Just let me send them to hell myself. Vegeta was angry that they wounded Trunks. We met Vegeta again. You are still so arrogant. In this case, it starts with you. Hell 1. On the 7th. Dr. Grohl grinned. You are the father of the kid just now. I just let him off on purpose. You should thank me. Hell number 17 sneered, his expression very arrogant. It's fine if it's you. Just die like this. Vegeta snorted coldly, looked at Hell 10.27, and speeded past. Like a gust of wind, Vegeta's figure instantly appeared behind Hell 17. Hell 17 to react, Vegeta punched directly. Bang! Hell number 17 couldn't help but slammed into the ground, splashing a puff of smoke. Come on, unstoppable. Immediately after, Vegeta condensed an energy bomb in her palm, and it went red before Hell 17 got up. Boom! The ground shook violently, and a deep pit of several hundred meters appeared. Hell number 17 screamed, was blown up, and then fell to the ground. There was a burst of black smoke and a burning smell. Nani? How is it possible? How is Vegeta's strength so powerful? Thanks for visiting 5G Shout Say. Chapter 79 Let's get together. Dr. Grohl was shocked. In his data, Vegeta's combat power is definitely not as good as Hell number 17. But now it's the opposite. Vegeta actually defeated Hell 17 with an overwhelming force. Basically effortless. Damn, I'm going to kill you, Vegeta. Hell number 17 was beaten by Vegeta just now, and now he is furious, flying directly in the air, his eyes are burning. Looked at Vegeta. Hey. Hell number 17 shot directly at Vegeta, thinking that he must have underestimated the enemy just now. This time, he has to take it seriously and will never let what happened just now happen again. But soon, Hell 17 was disappointed. His fist slammed into Vegeta's body, but without causing any damage, he pierced directly through Vegeta. Vegeta's body. Afterimage. This is impossible. Hell 17 was shocked again, he didn't feel any movement in Vegeta's figure at all. Surprise. You're so weak. Vegeta was very happy, and appeared behind Hell 17 coldly and arrogantly. Chumo looked very embarrassed, and the guy was pretending to be forceful again. On the contrary, the little Sun Wukong looked very enthusiastically, which made Chumo despise for a while. Although this guy has a high IQ in battle, he can. Others are idiots. Also thanks to him being the protagonist's life, or else he would have died a long time ago. Seeing that Hell number 17 was shaken all over, he turned around and continued to attack. But he's faster, Vegeta is faster. Vegeta's casserole-sized fist had already slammed over, directly hitting Jun's face on number 17 Hell. Instant, Hell number 17 feet's body was like a falling meteor, slamming into the mountains and rivers with a bang. Middle. How did Vegeta become so powerful? What happened? Dr. Gero's eyes were gloomy and uncertain, looking at Vegeta, then at the little Monkey King, and at Chu with a relaxed face. Mo, He felt that things were not optimistic. Dr. Meow was also shocked. If he knew that Vegeta had become so powerful, it was because of Babe's original. Because, that would be fun. Boom. With a loud bang, a 1,000-meter-high mountain was smashed into pieces, and the figure of Hell number 17 flew high. There was a terrifying black arrogance around his body, and his eyes were full of killing intent. Damn Vegeta, I won't let you go. Wrong, I won't let you go. The cold voice of Vegeta came from behind, making Hell 17 pale in shock. When did he come behind my back? Bang. Bang. Two fists collided, but the android number 17 appeared in front of Vegeta and blocked Vegeta for the Hell number 17. Punch. Come on together. You alone, not his opponent. Cyborg 17 looked at Vegeta coldly. There is also a terrifying black arrogance wrapped around him, which makes people feel terrified when they see it. Two number 17s looked at each other and nodded in agreement, while their figures swept away and flew towards Vegeta's figure. However, the figure of the little Sun Wukong also flew up and came to Vegeta's side. 2 against 1, it's not good, I'll come too. Little Sun Wukong said excitedly. Che, who wants you to meddle in your business, Kakarot? I'll be enough for both of them. Vegeta was not happy. It was rare for him to be able to pick two. How could he be robbed by Kakarot again? When the voice fell, Vegeta flew directly to the two number 17s, but the little Sun Wukong was not to be outdone, took off. Go, grab one. Obviously, the two number 17s were not opponents, and they were beaten all over in a few minutes. Looks like we have to figure out a way, let's get together. Then let's get together. Two number 17s sounded at the same time, with a sneer on their faces. It's so weak. Vegeta said coldly, I can't even mention any interest. Indeed, their strength is disappointing. Little Sun Wukong also agreed. Although the combat power of the two number 17s is stronger than the previous Buu, the strength of him and Vegeta has long been not what it used to be. Just let me fix them. Vegeta said coldly, the ultimate flash. Closing the palms together, a terrifying energy condensed out and blasted directly to the two number 17s. However, the faces of the two number 17s did not fluctuate at all, their bodies gradually blurred, and then began to overlap. The dazzling light radiated out, and I vaguely saw two figures combined into one. Ultimate number 17, it's finally here. Chumo looked at the dazzling light, and the corners of his mouth rose slightly. The light dissipated, and a handsome guy with a strong figure and long hair appeared in front of him. The two bangs move with the wind in front of the eyebrows. At this time, the 17th is even more evil. But his eyes are full of murderous intent. The face of Vegeta's ultimate flash, ultimate number 17 didn't even mean to avoid it. Bombed by this powerful wave of energy. Poof. There was a heavy muffled sound, and the powerful shock wave did not even explode. However, the powerful impact pushed the ultimate number 17 back several meters. Haha, that's your power. Vegeta, it's really boring. Ultimate number 17 sneered, and then stroked the broken hair of the bangs, very disdainful. He stared coldly at Vegeta and the little Monkey King. Haha, we succeeded. The ultimate 17th was born 630, and no one in this universe is his opponent. Dr. Gross said excitedly. Yeah, our first step to dominate the universe has officially begun. Dr. Meow was also excited and laughed wildly. Ultimate number 17 is more powerful than they originally imagined. Moreover, the ultimate 17th also has a powerful skill, energy absorption. All energy attacks can be absorbed and turned into their own power. In this way, the opponent is getting weaker and weaker, while he is getting stronger and stronger. Hey, before the battle begins, you all dream of ruling the entire universe, is this really okay? A cold voice came from behind, which surprised the two whimsical old men. It's an old man who has never seen the world, no wonder you were all killed by the artificial people you made. You are laughing so disgustingly. It was Chumo who spoke, and he was very optimistic about the knowledge of these two old men. But these two old men were so incompetent that he was too embarrassed to interrupt them. Who are you? You were the guy with Sun Wukong and the others just now. When are you? The two old men looked alert, and then their bodies retreated dozens of meters, pulling a dangerous distance away. Chumo looked at all this with a sneer and didn't stop it. Thanks for visiting 5G Xiao Network. Remember me, 5G XS. Chapter 80 Super for Vegeta. Okay, have you chosen your location? Since that's the case, I'll send you on your way. It's time for you to go back. Goodbye. The corner of Chumo's mouth raised, and his right index finger pointed directly at the two poor old men. Death beam. Wait. __. The two old men felt the terrifying energy of Chumo and hurriedly called out. But I'm sorry, the bullet has been fired and will not stop. Hey. Chumo sent out two death beams, completely ending the rebirth of the two genius doctors. Two ghosts, they returned to hell. After decades of hard work, the resurrection takes less than 2 minutes. I am really pissed off. Dr. Gero was very unwilling, but he knew nothing about Chumo's information, and he didn't even know who died. Dr. Meow's face was even more bewildered. I rely on it. The earth is so dangerous. There are so many powerful people. If you want to pretend, you can't do it. Just started, it's over. However, Ultimate Number 17 did not act because of the disappearance of the two doctors, and still looked at him coldly. Former Vegeta and Son Goku. The three of them looked at each other like this, and the atmosphere became a little frozen. Vegeta, 217 feet s combined, looks very strong, or let me do it. Sun Wukong's words are not afraid to hurt the hearts of good friends. Come on, it's mine this time. He wounded Trunks, I must take revenge. Vegeta made a very suitable excuse, and the blood all over his body boiled. Humph, look how I beat him. What the Ultimate Number 17, in my eyes, it's all scum. Vegeta sneered, he was very confident in his own power. Qigong Wave. Vegeta's hands condensed, and hundreds of Qigong waves shot straight at it like bows and arrows, evading the Ultimate 17th. All locked up. Humph, small talk. Ultimate Number 17 looked at it disdainfully and was not nervous at all. Boom, boom, boom degree tilde. A loud explosion sounded, and strong smoke splashed. Vegeta was very proud, but after the smoke dissipated, she was stunned. Ultimate Number 17 didn't do anything at all. Sun Wukong was also puzzled, even he didn't dare to underestimate the Qigong wave just now. Unexpectedly, this Ultimate Number 17 actually there is no shit, and the breath has become stronger. It's so weird. Only Chumo knew that Vegeta's attacks were all absorbed by the Ultimate 17. You only have this power. It's so disappointing. Where did your arrogance go? Vegeta. Ultimate Number 17 looked at Vegeta with disdain, and his tone was full of disgust. Merely, an android dares to look down on me, let you see what the real strength is. Vegeta's eyes widened, and the moment just now reminded him of the humiliation he suffered against Number 18 and the others. With a cold snort, Vegeta directly transformed into a Super Saiyan 3 state, constantly blasting powerful Qigong waves with both hands. Boom! 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 The dust was flying, and the smoke billowed. However, the footsteps of Ultimate Number 17 finally stopped, and two deep imprints appeared on the ground. Humph! You know how awesome it is. Vegeta sneered. Vegeta, be careful, the 17th is not affected at all. Sun Wukong quickly reminded. The figure of the Ultimate Number 17 was revealed. Not to mention injuries, not even the clothes were damaged at all. Surely a tough guy. Vegeta didn't dare to be careless. This guy directly resisted a lot of his own Qigong waves. Nothing happened. It's really frustrating. Vegeta, haven't you noticed yet? 17 is immune to energy attacks, and he can also turn your Hit and absorb it as your own energy. Very perverted skill. Chumo said here, and suddenly thought that he also has this skill, then he is also very cool. That's what it is, no wonder. Vegeta said coldly, then looked at ultimate number 17. Since you like to suck, the uncle will let you suck enough. After speaking, a terrifying aura emanated towards the entire Earth, and finally dispersed towards the solar system and the Milky Way. Send out. It's Super Saiyan 4. I didn't expect Vegeta to do it so quickly. Sun Wukong looked at Vegeta, who had red hair on his upper body and his body was several times stronger, and felt a sense of familiarity. Breath. That's exactly what happened when he broke through to Super Saiyan 4. After Vegeta completed her transformation, her red tail swayed flexibly, and her face became extremely cold. Watching you transform, I'm excited too, I'm here too. Ah, ha. With a loud roar, Sun Wukong became a Super Saiyan 4 state. The figure became more burly, with a cold smile on his face. Cut, what are you showing off? Vegeta said disdainfully. Fortunately, I finally caught up with this guy's footsteps. Don't you like absorbing energy? I'll let you suck enough. Vegeta looked at Ultimate 17 coldly. Then put your palms up and start to condense. The ultimate flash cannon. Roar! Vegeta blasted out a terrifying blue energy wave. The powerful energy beam with terrifying air waves blasted directly to the ultimate number 17. In the face of such a powerful energy, even the ultimate number 17 can't help showing a serious attitude. But it is more of joy. If he can fully absorb this powerful energy, his strength will be improved by 1. Big cut. Thinking of this, ultimate number 17 feet's eyes were fixed, and he aimed at the beam of light that came over. Boom. The terrifying energy began to explode in front of Kanken 17, a blast of sand and rocks. At this moment, the earth also began to vibrate violently. At this time, the 17th place has become a huge pit with a diameter of several hundred meters, Wang Zhao's. Humph. Unbeatable. Vegeta crossed her chest with her arms, looking at the ultimate number 17 at the bottom of the giant crater with disdain. What a rubbish android, he actually wants to absorb my energy, I'm afraid he will be smashed into scum by him now. However, before he could finish thinking, a burst of footsteps came from the ground. 1 step, 2 steps. 1 step, 2 steps. It's the devil's pace. Extraordinarily clear. Then I saw that the figure of ultimate number 17 appeared. Although he was a little embarrassed, he was fine on the whole. And Chumo can also see from the breath of number 17 that this guy has absorbed Vegeta's breath just now. Alas, this guy really likes waves. It seems that Super 4 will start to be worthless. Vegeta had a hellish expression, but just now he was the strongest attack since he transformed into Super Saiyan 4. Didn't expect it to end like this.